it's telling me I'm live. I think it's lying, but we'll see. Oh, I do see. There we go. Good afternoon, everybody. Glad everybody could come. Sorry, Raquel, I will change my schedule to accommodate you. You'd almost think there was a marriage license here, like, oh, gracious. Let's start right from the top. Altruistic Farmstead will try their best. They're busy folks. And what happened to my message that I left at the top when I first came in? I don't know, Rebecca. Maybe whenever I go live, it resets it. I'm not sure. And Mr. Jim, well, hello, sir. I sent you an email. I hadn't seen you around in a week. Just wanted to check up on you, that's all. Make sure everything was all okay down in Florida. Hopefully it's a lot warmer than what it is here. I shouldn't say that. Today's about 70, so I can't complain about 70. And then there's good old rolling with Raquel, talking like she wants me to change everything. Goodness gracious. Chris, E3? Oh, wait. Maybe. What's this? Ooh. Kendra, hello. Raquel, Chris, Raquel, Chris, Raquel, Chris, Raquel. Oh my goodness. I'm starting to see a pattern here. And Kendra's back in there. Woohoo. I believe you two took over the chat. I'll be sitting on the road eating my lunch both days. Don't do that. You'll get run over. For goodness sakes, at least sit in your truck. Oh my goodness. And then, yes, I'm down to, where am I? Yeah, Rebecca, still no package, but I'm honestly, like I said, Wednesday, I'm not anticipating I'll see it until probably Tuesday. That seems to be about the right timeline. Oklahoma is, I'm trying to think of Cassie. Whenever all those guys send me stuff, it's roughly 7 to 12 days coming from Oklahoma. So I know you're a little bit closer, so yeah, I won't get too upset until probably Tuesday. But hopefully it's here today. Like I say, we don't get our mail for about another 30 minutes. You have to start. What? You have to start driving when I start. Oh, I see what you do. You leave. You go right off site. I got you. And Mr. Jim in there again. Hello, sir. John H. from Scotland. Hello, sir. How are you? Glad to see you made our live. And sorry, I just got a message here from Altruistic Farmstead. Just give me a sec. Oh, absolutely. I'm excited. Well, Are you guys on here yet? Jen, Wiley? Wiley, Jen? Emily? Anybody? Hello? 77 in New Jersey. Well, just a little bit cooler here, but not much. Craig's Cabin. Hey, buddy. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. Uncle Jesse. Well, hello, sir. Do we have an update on what you sent me last night? What else we got? Freezer Bound Outdoors. Hello. And Big Matt. Oh, there he is. Working with Wiley. So, whenever Wiley, just tell Jen yes. I don't know what account you want to join in on. But actually, I can send you the link. Stand by. I'll talk and I'm going to multitask. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm going to try to multitask. Sometimes I fall flat in my face and sometimes I do a really good job. So I'll just keep chatting and rambling and, you know, the stuff that Matt says I'm good at. So Wiley, just tell Jen that I'm going to send her the link via Instagram right now. And then I'll have on the rest of my crew, but I've got all day today. The whole family's home and all right, Wiley, let Jen know that, or you, the other account, I sent it to altruistic account. Oh, there you are, Jen. And no update. They're waiting on getting blood results. Okay. Is that the last you heard last night then, Jesse? And am I allowed to say anything? Because Lord knows I don't want to get my fingers slapped. Perfect. Thumbs up and subscribe. That's what it's all about. If you guys have, you know what? Absolutely. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to start with that. So we have 13 people in here. Everybody, we need some prayers for a very good friend of ours. Most of you know, Tony and Joni. Joni's in hospital right now. They don't know what's wrong. They're, like Jesse said, they're running some blood tests. And so if we could all let our little prayer groups know that to get Joni into our prayer groups as fast as we can, please. Hope for the best outcome possible. And I'm sure the good Lord will guide them and help the doctors in any way possible to, help Joni get well. I've just got I'm just trying to organize the phone. Oops. All right. There we go. We're all set up now. We're on a high speed. Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Much appreciated. And I know Tony and Joni would appreciate any prayers they could get. They're good folks. And so this week mail call's pretty. Oh, g'day, Daz. How are you, buddy? This week's mail call is shorter. E3 Homes Farmstead. Look at that shirt. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the shirt, and on their on their 100 subscribers, the good old wheel was really good to me. I want another shirt. That's okay. We gave that to Yogi. So Lisa's got a shirt. And yeah, once I can get across the border and get the PO box going again, then they'll send me out the tumbler, which is awesome. Jen's setting things up. Be there in a minute. Yep. I'll watch for you. And what else? Oh, I know. Joe, Garden State Gardener. What a man. I had asked him about seeds. He overheard me say that I've never tried okra, and that I think we're warm enough here now that we could grow okra. Well, out of the blue, he sends me some red, high country red okra seeds. So now I get to try to grow okra next year. People are saying that it's not good, but I like asparagus, I like broccoli, I like all that stuff. So if I don't like the way it tastes, then I'm told that's very easy. Pickle it. Because pickled okra is much better, I'm told. But I'm told if I grill it on the barbecue, it's pretty good stuff, which I normally grill my asparagus anyways. Heather Hopper. Hello, ma'am. How are you? Hope everything's well. Yeah, you like it, Chris? What's the closest that... What's the closest taste? Pretty much a mix of everything? Brutal Bob. Hello, sir. How are things just across the pond on your side? And Jackie, hello. And can't have gumbo with. You're going to leave me hanging, aren't you? And I'm just scrolling up to see if there was something else that was attributed to, and I don't see anything. So I think you're just going to leave me hanging here, Brittle Bob. Oh, you can't have gumbo without okra. Okay. What do you fry it in, Chris? Butter? Oil? It's hard to explain how it tastes. I guess next year at this time, I will know. And it says that it grows perfect in 100% sun. Now, most of our stuff up here is, some of the tomatoes I have were 50 days, but this is saying from seed to producing should be 60 to 69 days. So I think we can do that because we get roughly for 10 weeks of it really. Oh yeah, fried okra in oil. Okay. I will try it. And then What are we looking at? A little bit of garlic, lemon juice, or just fried okra, butter on top. You gotta level that out, right? There's a fine line between healthy and good. Sometimes not everything is healthy and good. Hello, Carla. Living a road life. How are you? Hope all is well. And I appreciate you jumping on. And oh. I see some rumblings on the bottom of my screen. Do. Well,
sorry guys, still trying to get the camera set up.
I hear her. For those of you that don't know, it's Jen from Altruistic. They were going to go live before me to show everybody what they're up to, but they didn't. So they're going to come on here and let everybody know what they're up to. Yay. Where'd you go, Jen?
Did I turn it off? There's Wiley.
No, I see Wiley going across with his welding helmet.
Yeah, that's him.
He doesn't look very impressed.
No, because I should have had this done already, probably. Is there too much noise in the back room with that welder?
Actually, I can't hear the welder at all.
Oh, they can't hear the welder at all. It's going to get a little bit louder.
Well, you'll know more in a minute.
Yeah,
the camera's not exactly straight, but
oh, now I can hear it.
I'm going to get y'all.
Yeah, now I can really hear it.
I'll move closer. This is the fence that we're working on. We started it yesterday. His cousin had got a bunch of this oil field pipe.
Oh, awesome.
How long are these sticks?
I think they're 30 foot.
They're about 30-foot long pieces of pipe. So yesterday, we had to cut the tops of them to be like a saddle so that he could weld them today. Because if you don't do that, then when it rains, all the water goes down into your pipe and starts rotting it at the bottom. So
yeah,
obviously this kind of fence can last a really long time if you do it right. So he told me not to get a very close-up shot of his welds because they're not pretty, but I might show you all that anyway. I think he's doing a great job.
Whenever you have a whole bunch of sparks falling all over you, well, you're not going to look pretty.
Right, yeah. And I'm on fire duty. Hang on.
So is this?
Yeah,
this
so
is
I want
this
to look at it and see what he's doing, but I can't because, that burns your eyes.
Well, it doesn't hurt us coming through the camera, but it will hurt your eyes.
I'm going to go get my headphones real quick so I can hear you better. Hang on.
Oh, okay. So if anybody has any questions, mine is that their place or is it someone else's? And
My firefighter walked off. I'm having to put fire out myself now.
can't really hear you, Wiley, if you can hear me. And there is Donna, Little Southern Brothers. Hello, hello, hello. There, we'll just kind of mute Wiley for a minute. He's making a whole lot of noise. Donna, have you, you said you're only in for a minute? Okay. I was going to say if you wanted to come in and share about Chloe tonight. Can we still do tonight's the performance, right? I can use what you, yeah, that's it. Wiley's going to be burnt up by the time Jen gets back. So Donna, that stuff that you sent me, is tonight the night, or was last night the night that it was virtual? I just want to make sure I don't miss it. Landon was on here yesterday. I asked him, but he must have signed out. No, Wiley's not frozen. He's just welding away. See? I can see him. I had just muted him because somebody had said that it was loud. But it's not too bad there now.
So my headphones said they were connected, but they didn't actually work. So I'm just going to stay close to them until there's a fire.
I was going to, yeah, a couple people, Chris from East Reed put Wiley's firefighter walked away on him.
I know. I'm putting YouTube over fires, I guess. Not very good.
Is this your place, Jen?
No, this is, we're at his cousin's house.
Oh, okay.
His cousin actually was diagnosed with cancer last year or the year before, I think.
He's been fighting about 2 years.
About 2 years.
I think he just took his last round of chemo the other day, is what I heard.
Did he?
Say. Yeah.
Did he? He had some sort of stomach cancer or something, didn't he?
Yeah, stomach.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we come over here, he's got odd jobs that he needs people to do, and so we got this one.
Hey, everything helps, right?
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does.
And it keeps Wiley out of your hair too.
I kind of like
All
it.
All right, Raquel, you get back to school and teach those little ones, and we will talk to you, I'm sure, on a different live tonight.
Have a great day, Raquel.
Couldn't get your headset connected?
No. It said it was connected, but it wasn't. Is your headset in the truck still?
It's dead.
Oh. Let's see.
As long as the machine's not that loud, you should be all right.
I'll take a break.
Yeah.
Drink
Oh.
water.
Wiley said he's going to take a break. It's not break time.
So what?
What? Hello? Can't hear you? Did they finally connect? No, I don't think so. What happened? We can't hear you. Can't hear you guys.
Something, it ain't even on. Something. Oh, yeah, maybe it is. Okay.
I'm back.
Oh, there you are. Okay. What?
Yeah, no, it just went all fuzzy and went away. So I don't know what happened. Don't worry, I'm back. Sometimes I'm so. Oh,
Come show them, Lily.
I hear Lilybug.
Yeah. Come show. Come show. Oh, you gotta stand over here so they can see you. Can y'all see her?
Flowers for my mama. Picking flowers for mama.
Yep. No flower is safe.
That's funny. All right, Frank. You do what you got to do, buddy. How are you, Lily Monster?
She took off.
She done run off now.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. You were frozen and it went from Lily to Wiley. What a surprise on the eyes that was.
She grew up.
Yeah, she got really furry.
She could only wish to be as pretty as I am when she grows up.
Oh, dear God. Thank God you're on the firm because things are getting a little thick.
Can y'all see us right here? I'm trying to look at the back.
Yeah, I can just see the edge of you.
So yeah, Scott, the story with my cousin here. He's actually my baby cousin. He's about 15 years younger than I am.
Okay.
But I talked him in 7 or 8 years ago to put a salvage yard in out here at his place. And he had a really good car salvage out here for quite a while. And when they diagnosed him with cancer, they told him that they wasn't going to be able to help him in any way financially because of the salvage yard, because he owned a business. So he wound up having to close the business down. And then I just come out and do odd jobs for him. This gooseneck trailer we're using right here sitting beside me, I added a dovetail onto the back of it for him here a while back so he could load up tractors, and he needed this fence job done, and just odds and ends stuff for him while he's been going through all these chemo treatments and stuff.
Well, that's awful nice of you. So what's he doing? Just building different paddocks, or?
Yeah, this little deal is going to be, he's got goats and chickens, so I think these first 2 little corral areas are going to be for goats, and then there's another one over there that's going to be for chickens.
Or their dogs.
They also raise St. Bernard dogs. They've got really, really good bred St. Bernard dogs, and what are the other ones? Bull Mastiffs.
Oh.
They've got Bull Mastiffs also, but
Wow.
They
huge.
just have tons of animals. They've got cows, just about like everybody else. But so just trying to expand and put nicer fencing up for their goats and everything.
His family also takes up like this whole quarter-mile section.
Yeah, I've got my cousins here. My dad's down on the corner. My aunt's down next door to him. I've got cousins scattered out for about another quarter-mile, and then my uncle lives over on the other 80 acres. And so, yeah, it's just a huge complex out here. We've actually got a family cemetery over on my uncle's place, and I've got to do some welding on it too, building fence around it and everything here pretty soon, I think.
Well, there you go. That's never fun to work around one of those places.
No, not really.
But so yeah, Little Southern Brothers said that for $5, whoever wants to log on and watch Chloe's play tonight or tomorrow night, it's a $5 donation, and yeah, everybody can get on to check out Chloe's play and watch it.
That's awesome.
Wow, that's cool.
I will try to maybe do a little video after and copy and paste all the stuff that she sent me so that folks that want to go watch it can just follow the instructions. I'll leave them below. And hey, Joe, how are you? I was just showing everybody that
Hello, Joe.
that you sent me my okra seeds. I love it, man. Can't wait for next spring so I can get them in the ground, get them growing.
Scott, are you the one that was saying here a while back that you've never eaten okra?
No, sir. It's not a thing up here.
That's crazy.
Not a thing up here.
Fried or pickled or sauteed or
Scott, you gotta try it boiled before you try it any other way.
Oh yeah?
Boiled okra. Yep.
Now I was told not to boil it because that it turns slimy and it's gross.
It's actually not gross. It is very good, but yes, it is very slimy and seems very gross.
if you have issues like texture issues, you probably don't want to eat okra boiled. But it's really good, especially if you boil it in like broth with some seasoning in it or something. Then it turns out really good.
All right.
We'll Lily says boil it in pickle juice.
Hmm.
Put it in a teapot and put some pickle juice in the teapot and then just throw your okra in there. Just cut up your okra and throw it in there.
Sounds like Lily's she's gonna be a chef whenever she grows up.
Maybe she's over there cleaning her muddy flip flop with her t-shirt right now. Can you?
Well, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Ah, about to take off again. No.
Wow. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
She's gonna sleep well at night, having all that pasture to run around in.
I wish I had that kind of energy.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, I didn't have that energy at that age.
I don't know if I did or not.
Oh.
She likes to ride her bike up and down the driveway, and she'll carry her bike up the hill and then ride it back down. And she's like, "Look how fast I can go!" And she'll run in circles. And she's just like, "You see how fast I can run? And watch how fast I can do it now." I don't even know how she does it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
It's
So, Scott,
whenever. Yeah.
we got off on the okra subject a minute ago, but I meant to ask whenever we was talking about Donna, she's not doing her live until Monday, right?
Or, yeah, it's gonna be
That's right. Monday,
Okay.
Monday, September the 20th, 7:30 Central is going to be their celebration. And the last time I checked, Donna, you're still on here. You were just under 8,200.
Hi, Donna. Carla at Living a Rogue Life said the slime in okra is called mucilage. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'd say mucilage. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a soluble fiber that's great for digestion.
So it's good for gut. It's good for gut health.
Huh.
By the sounds of it.
Yeah, that's how it sounded to me.
I just don't know if I can get through the slime. Good for me or not, but I will try it. I'll probably do a video and try it boiled, fried, barbecued, pickled. It depends on how much it gives off too, right? Like if you just get a couple sticks per plant, I don't know.
If it's growing right and it produces right, it should just keep going. You'll be, one day you'll go out and pick 2 or 3 off, and the next day you'll go out and pick 2 or 3 off. And
last year our okras plants were like trees. I mean, they were huge. They were tall. But the thing is, you can't let them get too ripe or go too long, because then they just turn to seed. Then they're real tough. And so whenever I go out there, you can like bend the tip of it, and if it snaps off, then they're still good. And if it breaks, but it's like stringy, then you just use it for seeds.
Well, it says right on this package to harvest pods no longer than 3 inches long.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
So
yeah, if somebody tries to give you giant okra, don't take them, because I've never had a giant okra that was good.
Well, this strain is what? Hill Country Red Okra. And apparently it's been around for over 40 years. It's non-GMO and heirloom.
That's awesome. I've seen red okra, but I've never tried it.
Okay. Well, I'll let you know.
Look.
You can never have flowers.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
glad that this field has a lot of flowers, because it keeps her busy.
Well, I suppose.
Yesterday we looked it up, and those are actually called sneeze weed. And from my research, it sounded like the Native Americans believed that if you turned it into a snuff, that it would make you sneeze and it helped clear your nasal passages. But they also believed that it would like expel evil spirits out of your body. So,
Ta-da! This is as many flowers as I've got right now. Then I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go all kinds of ways. I'm gonna go that way and that way and that way and that way.
why don't you go feed the goats?
And
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep on picking flowers.
Okay.
Go feed the goats and feed it to the goats.
And the cows.
I don't know that the cows will let you get close enough to them.
The cows are over
Oh,
there.
really?
Yeah, there's cows over there. They'll let you
Oh,
get
yeah.
close, but not close enough to pet them.
You showed us yesterday. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Our cows will come up to you and let you pet them, but we've only got 2.
Okay.
They've got a herd.
Oh, geez, Carla was just saying she has to pick her okra once or twice a day. Red
Yeah.
okra turns green when it's cooked.
Yeah, that's right. It because you can go out in the morning and there'll be one that's not quite done yet, and then you go out in the evening and you've got more to pick. I've had to harvest twice a day before, and that's usually when I miss it and they get too big.
Wow.
Are you gonna start working again, Wiley? Is your break time over?
Probably.
You're a good boss. You give him a break.
Yeah, occasionally.
There, Tamfer has never had okra either, so I don't feel bad now.
If I wear him out, he'll get worn out, and then he won't do things.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I see your train of thought here.
I mean, they say that if you work over 40 hours in a week, your productivity declines. So I'm going with that.
Sure.
It works me a whole lot more hours than that, I promise.
That's because our life is work.
The last 15 years before I was medically put off of work, I wish I could have worked 40 hours. I was working 70 on average, 60 to 70 a week on average.
When I worked at the post office, before I got my full-time position, I worked 70 or 80 hours a week. And sometimes I'd walk 20 miles in a day delivering mail.
Yep.
So I'm happy to not be doing that anymore. But because I don't get paid to exercise now, I'm putting the pounds on. Wiley's losing them and I'm finding them.
Absolutely. Hey, Kathy. Oh, there's Stephanie from Rustic. Hello.
Hey, Stephanie.
Welcome. And I think I got everybody else. I said hey to Tamfer whenever he came in. Glad to see everybody. Glad to see everybody here. My goodness. Friday afternoon, we're busy. Love it. Oh, he's just getting ready to weld that one. Thanks for putting up all the links, Jesse. That's great.
I'm trying to use Wiley's phone so that I can see the chat, but it keeps freezing up, so I don't know.
Yeah, you seem to. Sometimes you'll freeze, and sometimes you won't. Like Wiley sat there in one place whenever you left to get the headset, and it seemed to freeze for a while. But for the most part, you're pretty good.
And the funny thing is there's a giant cell phone tower right here. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I'm going to point the camera that way. Right on the other side of the house.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're at the foot of the tower and you're not getting full bars. That's crazy.
And we both have 2 separate phone companies, and so that obviously doesn't support either of them.
Goodness gracious.
Let's see.
That's crazy.
when he cut it yesterday, it was real, I don't know, because they're old oil field pipes and they're really rusted, and they had a bunch of stuff built up in them. And so when he was cutting it with the cutting torch yesterday, he was having to burn through a bunch of stuff on the inside too. And it didn't, like, the cuts aren't as nice as they would have been if it was new pipe.
Well, as long as there's no room for water to get through, it's all good, right?
Yeah. Yep. Wiley, didn't you say we were going to cut that one down to bring it to the...
I'm actually just going to weld it like it is.
Okay.
I
He
agree.
said he's going to weld it like it is.
Well, as long, like you say, as long as the water can't get down into it, it's fine.
Right.
And if it has a little bit of rust on it, that's perfect. It just, I don't know. These people that paint stuff, I don't know why. Because you paint it, the rust goes 4 times as fast. You leave it like that and barely rust. But
I just like the rusty look.
well, that's it, and it doesn't disintegrate near as fast as whenever you paint rust. Like unless you're even brand new, they've now started. I don't know about down there, but up here, they don't paint bridges anymore because they figured out they can get another 25 years out of a metal bridge, if it's non-painted.
Huh, I didn't know that.
Yep. They don't even powder coat it. It comes out as it is, and it gets the, a thin layer of rust over it, and it doesn't rust near as quick anymore. And so yeah, they save a lot of money on bridges now.
And I bet, I was going to say, and I bet it saves money.
Oh yeah, well, you're getting another 25 years out of a, multi-million-dollar bridge.
Well, that, and you don't have to pay somebody to powder coat it or to paint it or for the materials.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what else is going on with you guys?
Well, oh, hang on. I got to go hold this down for him. Hang on.
Yep. Hey, buddy. Not one live. Yeah. It's all good. Do you need anything or? Oh, how's it feeling? Good.
Okay, he says it's good.
Well, there you go. He
I'm
tacked
glad
it
we were
down.
able to pull it down. Huh?
He tacked it down. He's good to go now.
Yep.
So you're the holder downer, fire putter outer.
And the tool getter, the fire putter outer. I'm a
Just
woman
an
of many trades today.
Just an all around go-getter is what you are.
Yeah.
I just noticed that I'm a little fuzzy today. I'm going to see if I can go over onto I'm going to see if I can jump over onto cell.
Okay.
It'll just take me a second.
Okay. Huh? Oh no. Oh, that smells awful, guys. Well, that must be the stuff that's stuck inside there burning.
Well, I was going to say it's probably petroleum or whatever they were running through it, right? Scott, can I drop a link for a fishing tournament? They're trying to raise money. Absolutely, Matt. Go for it, buddy. Not an issue there. Anything to do with kids, and so long as you know that it's actually going to be used and you trust the organization, I trust you. But I do appreciate the inquiry first.
So, if anybody hasn't heard about the Oaky Homesteading Expo in March, they should go check it out. There is a Facebook page for it and a YouTube channel. It's called Oaky Homestead Expo. And from what I understand, it's being hosted by Dutch at Keeping It Dutch and Kevin at Hidden Heights Farm.
Yep.
And the
Cassie
first
and
day,
Gary.
Thursday, I guess, is supposed to be a hog butchering day. From culling the animal to putting it in the freezer to cutting it up and, you know, all of that. So, and then Friday, I can't remember what they said.
Friday's going to be the cutting up. So Thursday's going to be the processing, the dispatching and getting it ready, putting it into the freezer. And then Friday, they can only have 10 people Thursday. They're going to try to, I believe I heard Brandy say they were going to do 100 people Friday.
Right,
and
that's
then,
what I heard too.
And then Saturday, they're going to open it up. So,
they also are going to have a kids area. Woo, more flowers.
Yes. But it's not a babysitting area. It's just for you to take your kids.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Daniel Arms at Arms Family Homestead is going to be a speaker. He's going to talk about starting seeds. And
it's hilarious because Daniel, I don't think, was supposed to announce last Friday that he was going to be a speaker. Because
I saw a video.
I know. Well, no, they announced it this week, but on Cassie's live, I sent her a message behind the scenes, and I'm like, Cassie, I don't know if you know or not, but Daniel just announced he's one of the speakers. She's like, what? I'm like, yep. So she tried to find it. She couldn't find it. And I was able to find it for her. Are you heading out, bud? Okay. Dad, put your flak jacket and everything in the back of your car, your helmet and all that. So I think that's all you had in my truck last night. Okay, just double check. Well, I know there's nothing else in my truck because I cleaned it out. So, all right, buddy. Yeah, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't think I'm going to be able to head down there. Just number one, we don't even know if the border's going to be open yet. So yeah, there's just too many what ifs. And we're already going to be down in Miami the end of April. So it's going to be a lot of money to put out for one day.
We definitely plan on going. Pryor's only a few hours from us.
Absolutely.
We sent an email to get a vendor application, and if they're doing a raffle, we want to donate a custom bench or something to be raffled off. And we've already reserved our room for the 3 days, but we don't know how much ticket prices are yet, so we don't know if we're going to be there all 3 days. And we also offered to provide food for the small groups who bought tickets on Thursday and Friday, like a free meal. So we'll see if they get back to us on that.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Rachel and Brandy are, they're taking everything very seriously, which is awesome. And they're going around, they're checking out all the food vendors and, they're hoping that that they're going to be able to test it and see everything before it happens, right?
Right. Yeah.
Which is a wonderful idea.
Yes, it is. Yeah. And they said that it'll be open to the public all 3 days, but only, 10 people will get to participate in the hog butchering. And then the next day, I think they said that they'll probably sell around 100 tickets for Friday. And then tickets can be bought online for Saturday. And they said kids under 17 are free. And they said it'll be a very affordable price for families because kids are free. So we are probably only going to take Emily, or maybe Michael already said he doesn't feel like going. But Lily and Hunter we took them to the first prior meetup. I see. And they're just kind of, they're outdoorsy kind of kids. They kind of just go and like climb trees and do what they want outside. And that's not necessarily appropriate everywhere we go. So we're going to leave them at home. We took them to the first prior meetup and they got really bored because there wasn't really anything to do for them. Well, and so we didn't get to stay long and they were bugging us the whole time. But if Emily gets bored, she can go sit in the car and read her book or find a corner and read.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Emily's a good helper too. So.
Well, and Emily, I think, would enjoy a lot of the stuff too. Where she likes to help you out in the garden and stuff like that, where, a lot of like they said, all the presentations, all the speakers are going to be on the Saturday. So, except for the hog one, which is Thursday, Friday. So, and I haven't been watching the chat, but if you guys want to go ahead and throw up the Oaky Homestead Expo, that'd be wonderful.
I was trying to watch the chat, but Wiley's phone keeps freezing up. So,
and I saw you're leaving, Daz. If you're still here, have a good night, sir. I know it's 4:30 in the morning. What a trooper. That guy just has cat naps. And so what else is going on with you guys?
Emily is working for the neighbor. We have an elderly neighbor and his wife works. And so he doesn't see too well and whatnot. And so he hired Emily to come clean his house every other week so that when his wife comes home, she doesn't have to do all the dusting and the cleaning windows and the vacuuming. And they were very impressed with how she did. So every other week now she's going over there. And in my opinion, he's kind of paying her a lot. But he said that he's not going to base someone's pay off of their age. And to him, it was worth what he paid her. So I was like, shoot, I'll come clean your house.
Exactly.
But she does a really good job. And she's actually put in she's only 12. And so her options are limited. But she's put in a couple applications to be a volunteer, like at the library and the animal shelter. But because of COVID, she can't, they're not doing their reading programs and stuff, and they're not a lot of places are accepting volunteers because of all the restrictions right now. So
exactly,
she told me the other day, she's like, I know God has a purpose for me, I just don't think I've found it yet. And I was like, honey, I didn't find my purpose till I was like 30. So, which brings me to another thing. I actually recorded a video on this not too long ago, and unfortunately my phone ran out of space, and so while I was trying to download the video to my phone, it didn't work, and now the files are corrupt and I'm gonna have to do it again. It is a pain, but I need help naming my toy drive because this is the 4th year I've done it. The last 3 years it's been called Carriers for Kids, but that was while I was a letter carrier. And now I feel like it's appropriate to change the name. I don't want to, it was something that I started and it's up to me to continue. So I don't want, just because I'm not a letter carrier anymore doesn't mean I don't want to do it anymore. So yeah, I'm going to post a video about it, and people can post their suggestions in the comments. And
Well, you know what? You should do like a 5-minute video or 10-minute video explaining why, what you used to do and you still want to do it. And do people have suggestions on names? And then get like your top 3 or 4 names and then do another video. And that way it'll also help your watch hours.
that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Ooh, look, here comes a cow.
Yeah, just be careful he doesn't eat the fire, that's all.
Yeah, right.
He'll be cooked from the inside out.
Hopefully he'll learn from his mistakes.
Yeah. Anyways, so what else? Nothing else going on, or?
Well, I mean, there's always stuff going on. Next week, we have a pretty good idea. I won't tell anybody about it, even though I'm really excited and it's hard for me to keep a secret. But we have we think that our Go Ridge Life Challenge videos are going to be awesome. And we're going to have a ton of fun making them. So next week, we have to build a prop for Wiley's. Or actually,
Okay.
I guess it'll be for both of them. And so I can't wait to put those out because they're going to be so much fun. I'll give you guys a hint because I'm really bad at keeping secrets. But there's going to be time traveling involved.
I can only imagine.
I don't know. I get all giddy talking about it because
I know, but don't give it away.
I know.
If
I
it's
should just
good,
stop talking.
Just send me some. If you got to tell somebody, send me something on Instagram. I won't tell anybody.
Okay.
Oh my God. Anyways, I'm going to put back up the feed. I've got a few people that want to come on as well,
Okay.
but you guys are more than welcome to stay, and we will. I don't know, Donna, if you're still here, if you want to jump on and promote Chloe's performance tonight, that'd be more than wonderful.
My phone is saying that it's getting hot and it wants to shut down. So I'll go ahead and let someone take over and I'll be in the chat.
Okay. Take care, Jen.
Okay. All right. See you guys later.
Bye, Wally. There's Inspector Gadget.
See, checking out.
I know we're brothers.
I'm representing today too.
So am I.
No, so to go back to what we were talking about earlier in chat about my job interview.
Oh, yes.
The,
Sorry. I've been talking about so many things in chat that I kind of went, nah. So yes, carry on.
trying to get I don't know why my headset just quit working.
Oh. All right, Stephanie, you be safe heading home, and I know you won't see your husband probably till tomorrow, but let the kids know that I said hello.
See if it connects.
There, is that better?
No, I don't know what the deal is.
Huh.
That's
Maybe
crazy.
you have to manually go in and force it to go to your headset.
No, it's always done it. This is the first time it's ever done this.
Huh. Not charged enough, maybe?
Possibly. But no, my my boss took another job. So I recently, here within the last couple of months, I've been under somebody else. And so I just stepped into the office this morning because she's here today. So I stepped into the office she's in, and I was like, hey, you heard anything about our jobs coming up at the end of the month? Because according to our paperwork, my last day is September 30th.
Oh.
We haven't heard anything about what they're going to do with us, any of that. So I just asked her, and she was like, have you sent me your resume? And I was like, well, no, nobody said to send it to you. And she was like, yeah, go ahead and send it to me. And she set me up an interview time at 11 o'clock on Monday. And so I don't know if it's going to be doing the same thing I'm doing now or what, because they're actually doing, in the VA, they have a scale. So it's going to go GS3, GS4, GS5.
Okay.
Give me just a second.
Yep. All right. You saw that, Jackie, what Jen wants named her toy drive? Well, let's face it, Wally and Jen, they're amazing folks, and they just give. So now they want to do their toy drive. So,
right. So I know that my title right now is information receptionist.
okay.
My new title will be MSA, which is a medical support assistant, but they're keeping the grade scale the same. So I don't know if they're just transferring us over and leaving us in the positions that we're in, or if I'll move up and to an actual MSA job. That I'm not sure of yet.
Okay, but so it should be in the same facility and everything else. Like, you're not going to have to travel more, or
so if it's for a basic MSA job, like a GS5 position, I will probably end up in Fayetteville, Arkansas, which is a little over an hour's drive.
man.
Depending on traffic. I mean, if I can get through there at a decent time, traffic's not going to be too bad. But if I hit rush hour traffic, man, it could take an hour and a half to get there.
That kind of sucks.
But if they just hire me on and leave me where I'm at, that would be the best outcome. Or if they hire me into a position that I can do from here, that would be the best outcome.
Absolutely. But if you're hands-on, obviously you're going to have to be there. So,
right. So depends on where they stick me. Will kind of depend on where I go.
okay. Well, as long as you have a job at the end of it, I guess, you got to travel an hour. You got to travel an hour. There's a lot of people without work. So,
yep, that's the thing, is that I don't care if I'm here or Fayetteville, Muskogee. It doesn't matter to me as long as I have a job.
that's right.
At the end of the month.
Yeah. That's it, because the bank still takes their money if if you're working or not. So,
right.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Shelly, welcome. But hopefully it's I don't know. Things are just, it's everywhere like that, the screeners that they have at the hospital here, they're on a month by month. They're hired on casual, and they don't know from 1 month to the next if they're still going to be working the next, So not only is their stress level high from working inside the hospital, dealing with potentially sick individuals, but they don't know if they're going to be able to pay their mortgage the next month.
Right. And that was kind of our deal, was that since once I found out that pretty much from the beginning, the boss that I initially started with, pretty much from the beginning, she was like, start applying for positions because we just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And so I've been applying for jobs left and right within the VA and nothing. I finally got an email back yesterday or the day before on a job that I had applied for, and they told me that I was eligible for the position finally. I got an initial email telling me that that I was tentatively eligible.
Okay.
And then I got one that said, you are eligible. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Absolutely. Hey, Tina Ladybug, how are you? She said hello to you too.
Hello.
And they're talking about Christmas because, let's face it, Christmas is 100 days away.
Don't say that.
I think I already did.
I haven't bought anything for Christmas yet.
Nope. No, yeah. But you know what? We tried last year. We started in September.
Right.
We just spent more money.
Yeah, because you run across stuff and you're like, oh, they'll like this. Oh, they'll like this. And then you lose track of what you bought.
That's exactly what happened. Is Debbie just kept scrolling it away. And, you know, the week before Christmas, we went to wrap a whole bunch of stuff. And she's like, oh, I forgot I bought this. Oh, I forgot I bought this. And I'm like, well, you didn't tell me you bought that. So I bought this.
Right.
Yeah. So it's really, I like the way that they're, because she is considered part-time, she gets vacation pay twice a year. She gets it in June for summer holidays, which they can never take.
Right.
Or the second week in December, just before Christmas. So we've never had to go into debt for Christmas, which is, you know, amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. She gets her vacation pay and boom, that's Christmas. And, you know,
I'm lucky.
Very fortunate.
I buy for Sarah and I let her buy for everyone else.
See, Debbie doesn't really even want anything for Christmas, because if we want something, we go out and buy it.
Well, see, it's like I told Sarah, I was like, look, I don't want anything for Christmas. She's like, well, I don't want anything for Christmas. And of course, I won't get her anything. And I end up with like 6 presents under the tree. And I'm like, feel like a jerk.
See, it's the exact opposite here. Because I'll surprise her, not every year. But I'll surprise her with like jewelry every few years.
Right.
And that's, you know, and yeah, then I catch hell for 2 weeks. But again, I've saved for 3 years. I just scroll money away, and yeah, it's you know, she's got some really nice jewelry, but
yeah,
I didn't have to go in. A lot of people go into debt for stuff, and I'm like, I try to do everything out of it.
Oh yeah. Well, I was doing jewelry for a while, and she doesn't hardly ever wear it because, because of the things that we do. I mean,
Yep.
working on the farm, she doesn't really wear it. Every job she's had, she really didn't wear a whole lot. I mean, she would wear some, but not a whole lot. So
yeah,
I just quit buying her jewelry altogether because she's got so much and she doesn't ever get her wear it. So trying to figure out what to get her to surprise her with has been the tough part. And a lot of times it's a new vacuum cleaner or.
Oh dear God, if I bought my wife a new vacuum cleaner for Christmas, I would die. I
try to pick on saying things that she'll say, I could use this or I could use that. Like if she was like, we could really use a vacuum cleaner. Okay, Christmas is coming up. I know what I'm getting.
But yeah, see, she did that one year and I did that. Oh boy, I'll never do it again in my life. I just look stupid.
That's all right. The first couple of years that me and Sarah were together, she'd hand me my gift and I would shake it and I could tell her exactly what was in it just by shaking it. So now I'm not allowed to touch it at all until Christmas morning when it's handed to me. I can just look at it. But if I touch it, 9 times out of 10, I can tell you exactly what it is without ever opening it.
That's crazy. I just want to say hey to John. That's thanks for stopping by, John.
Hi, John.
Appreciate it. And Davis Family Life. Hello, Kareen. And Craig's Cabin is back. Oh,
I've been watching their videos a lot lately. Davis and Craig's. I've been on theirs quite a bit lately. And then I watched the playback of Hoops live this morning. The one he did yesterday.
Hoops did a live yesterday?
Yeah. Well, at the time that I watched it, it was 8 hours ago, is what it said. So.
Oh, was that about the rain coming in sidewards, or was it the one in the cave?
The cave.
Okay. Yeah, I watched it this morning. I try to keep caught up, but whenever you've got 400 channels, it's hard.
It is. I mean, we don't have near that many, and sometimes I don't get to them all.
Yeah. Well, I had even forgot to flip into my YouTube section to answer, to thank everybody and questions or whatever. I didn't flip into there for a while. And g'day, Bob. Yeah, there was 27 comments, and I'm like, oops.
The good thing is most of the comments will come through to my phone and usually if I see it come in or hear it come in, I try to get to it immediately. That way I don't forget about it because I'll straight up forget.
Yep. Well, the only reason, Kareen, you better not be getting that man Cole. After what he puts up with you, he deserves a medal. Just saying. See, I can talk smart. She can't come and hit me. She's too far away.
Right.
Yep.
They have a really beautiful place.
Oh, isn't it? I would I'd honestly never leave the side of that house overlooking the valley. Oh.
Yeah, I would stay there forever.
Absolutely breathtaking. I absolutely love it.
I would build me an enclosed screen porch or sunroom.
Yeah.
On that side of the house.
All right,
And
Kendra,
that
thank
way
you.
I
for
could be
coming.
there, rain or shine. Doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah. But if you were there all the time, you'd always have to be Kareen's slave, her cook. You know, poor Marvin's, he cooks all day and then he's got to come home and cook all night. And, oh, that man deserves a medal.
Clean and garden and
I know. Do all her dirty work while she sits or sometimes stands
behind the camera.
Yeah, with her camera. Like, oh boy, we got to talk to that boy. We got to get Kareen. You got to send Marvin on here maybe next Friday, and we'll have a chat with him.
Yep.
We'll lead him in the right direction.
I'm waiting for that comment.
The last time I asked him what he wanted, he said, "I want a bag of charcoal to jerk chicken." Oh, we the farm that I'm always at. They went to Jamaica a month before the lockdown, so I guess it was 2020. And yeah, they said they just loved Jamaica. They got in a cab, went and did touring around, and yeah, they said they never ran into like a mean person anywhere around. Which
That's like my mom and one of my brothers and his family all went to Jamaica a couple of years ago, and they really loved it. You know, and I was playing an online game one time and was friends with a guy from Jamaica, and he was like, you know what? He was like, the resorts, great. They're great places. He said, but where I'm at right now, he said, I very rarely leave the house because they were, at that time, it was quite a few years ago, but they had a big civil war going on in the area that he was at. So he didn't leave the house.
Oh, okay.
He's like, I leave for my weed and I come home. That's all he'd say.
Yep. But I think the Civil War and that is kind of over there. I think. Sorry, I'm just getting a work message here. I'm just trying to, or a township message, I should say. I just want to make sure everything's all right. Here we go. But yes, that must be so hard. Shelley, she said they haven't celebrated Christmas since their son passed.
Yeah, I bet that'd be hard to do.
Can't even fathom that.
Me either.
No. Number one, I don't want to, and wow, yeah, it must be tough, really tough. Oh, that's why. Okay. My Wi-Fi was turned off, so that's why I looked a little grainy. Okay, that should be better now. Yep. But yeah. Well, Big Mike said he was going to be around today, and I haven't seen him yet.
Right?
Marvin only cooks once a week? I don't know if I believe that. I think she's just telling us that. She's got him locked up in a basement somewhere. Lets him come outside so long as he cooks her dinner.
There we go. Now
That's
I got my headset working.
Okay. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, I was gonna say brutal Bob knows all about that as well.
Did you enjoy that conversation me and Raquel were having before your live?
I'm gonna have to go back. I just kind of, I was honestly trying to. I totally lost track of time, and I looked up, and I'm like, "Oh God, I haven't even eaten yet." So, I looked around. I didn't like what was around, and I guess Debbie had bought some frozen pizzas. So I'm like, I haven't had those in a while. Of course, not thinking. Takes 15 minutes to cook, so
right.
Here I was trying to shove it down, and I'm watching the counter, and Rochelle's going, "Oh, I wish he'd start earlier, and he's leaving us hang." And I'm here going, I don't think you want to see me eat lunch, but
yeah, she's like, "Let's get it started early," and I was early, so I was like, "I'm with Raquel. Let's get it going."
Yeah.
And so we were just kind of going back and forth, like that. And I was like, "He's probably laughing at us right now." She's like, "Yeah, you're probably right." I was like, "You never know what's going on in the head of his."
I honestly that's when I turned it on, is whenever I saw that comment go by. So as soon as I commented and said hi,
yeah,
that's when I turned on the computer. That's how far I was behind today. So it was like, no, I was rushing around, and yeah, it's just one of those days.
I know I'm gonna get off work. I've got to go get feed because I'm out of feed for the pig. Man, he can eat.
Don't want to, you don't want to not feed him.
No, he goes through about 1,000 pounds of feed a month.
Dear God. It'd be a lot cheaper to put him in a freezer.
He's going this winter.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We were offered a sow, but because we were unaware of my job predicament at the end of the month, we didn't want to add another animal right now just in case we couldn't afford it.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Jim, thanks for coming out. God bless, and hopefully you get some good news at your doctor's appointment.
Have a good one, Jim.
That's he's another one that the hokey pokey rattled around for a while, but battling back, which is, so amazing. And
yeah,
nice
I was really glad to see Charlie home.
Oh, Brandy was having a hard time.
Oh yeah.
And were you on the live with us the first time that Charlie logged on and she didn't realize it?
Yes.
That is.
She flipped. Oh, it was so amazing to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a dry eye in the chat. It just.
No, that's the kind of love that I aspire to have.
Yep. Doesn't matter what life gives you. Yeah, you get lemons, you make lemonade. And they're just two wonderful people. G'day, Jason. How are you, buddy? I'm a little bit past your 8 hours. I'm only sitting at an hour and 24 minutes. I'm still chatting, though. Oh, yeah, and didn't I see Vision Acres in here a little while ago? I'm just gonna scroll back, but I thought I had saw Mike comment.
I don't remember seeing him, but there was a short moment that I had to do some stuff, so I was away from my phone.
Oh, okay. That's weird. I thought I had saw Mike. And another one I haven't seen in a couple days, I sent her a message, was Aaron or her husband Daniel from Ramble Farms. I haven't seen Aaron in, well, since she was on our live there chatting with us 2 weeks ago.
She was in a live the other day. I saw her.
Oh yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I don't know. I can't seem to track down, but I thought I had saw it go by here, and Mike said that he was here. That's 2 days in a row that he's not on. So he must be going through withdrawals, or he's actually having to work today.
Right?
Yeah, he doesn't like to work Thursday or Friday. But
we actually don't have a provider here today, so it's super slow.
Oh, Jesse said he was here. It's back at 125. Oh my goodness. That's a while. Oh, my chat won't go back that far. That's why I can't see it. Oh well. He must have absolutely, Rebecca. So long as you have a camera.
That's right.
I don't mind. Everybody can come chat. I'm just trying to repost the.
So Sarah told me, she's like, "Hey, I need you to do something for me this weekend." I was like, "What's that?" She's like, "Finish making those shirts." Okay.
It should still work, Rebecca. If you press that, it's going to ask you to connect, and then it'll ask you to put in a name. Just put in Rebecca, and as long as it should work.
Enter the studio and wait on Scott.
Yeah, I don't see anything yet. Yeah, that's right. Craig was using his phone yesterday. Actually, you're using your phone right now, or have you got a iPad?
No, I'm always on my phone.
Yeah. So yeah, Chris is on his phone right now. So, and let's face it, Jen and Wiley were on their phones too.
They were on phones too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I got a message today. Somebody must have been running my videos, which I appreciate immensely. And I am now over 1,000 watch hours.
Rock on.
I like it.
That's awesome.
And over 1,000 watch hours, and yeah, still not doing all right with the subs, but it'll come. I'm getting 30 to 40 a month, which I'll take.
That's really good. I mean, we had, like, we started, and of course Lori was like always on us, you should start YouTube, you should start you should it's all, you guys are hilarious, your animals are hilarious,
Yep.
people will like it. And I'm like, just like, man, I don't know about all that. And so I kind of left it up to Sarah, you know, and was just like, okay.
Hello.
Hi, Rebecca.
How you
Hi,
doing?
Rebecca. I'm
Good.
doing all right.
Wow,
Look
I've
at-
never done this before.
Look at you going.
Wow, this is weird.
See,
But
My dogs are at the end of my bed. I'm in my bedroom sitting, making
Okay.
hats. This is how I make hats.
wow. Is that
That's
a crochet? Like,
it's called loom knitting.
okay,
So
very cool.
that's how I make those hats, and usually
That's
takes me
awesome.
about maybe a half an hour to an hour, depending on the complexity of it.
Oh,
But yeah, it's
holy
like
jump. And how's your sister?
she's not good.
No.
No. My niece informed me that she's really bloated. Bleeding has
That's
stopped. Bleeding has
That's
stopped, and she's in a coma right now.
Medically induced or?
No, they don't have her medically induced into a coma now.
Okay.
She's just not waking up.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it's hard. She's in her early 70s. I mean, so it's like it's hard. You know, this will be I have 8 siblings. I'm number 8, and she is number 3 in our family.
Okay.
So, you know, you don't know.
We're not promised tomorrow.
We're
That's
all
right.
kind of praying for a miracle and
Yeah, that's all you
looking
can
for
do.
the best, and
Yeah.
it's hard. It really is.
Oh, it's, you know, that's the only thing is we're never promised tomorrow. So make the best of today,
Yeah, definitely.
you know.
Kind of
But-
wish she'd wake up, and so
Yeah.
I know,
No.
boys. My dogs are whining at me. They're going, "Nope, you need to stay there, dogs." Yeah,
So
they're
now
both big black lab mixes.
oh wow.
So they're over 90 pounds, both of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine's curled up on her chair right now. She has her own leather chair.
Yeah.
Everybody comes
It's
in
nice
and they
to,
can,
you know, I wish Mike and Aaron would do this, you know. I know you got to see my face when we were at the ranch roundup, and
Yep.
you know,
And I
stuff
don't
like
know
that.
I don't know which sister it was that was, because she was sending me messages.
That was Judy.
Oh, okay.
That was my sister Judy. She is 5th in our family.
Okay.
My brother Ronald lives here with me, and then my other brother Roscoe lives in Sedalia.
Okay.
You know, and then I've got my sister Christine that lives close to me.
Yeah.
Why did that freeze?
Sometimes it freezes, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. But anyway, it's first time I've ever gone live on
There you
anything,
go.
except
you
when Mike was doing what he was doing.
Well, that's it. But they're far too big, and you never
Yeah.
know who you're gonna get because
right.
you know, I pretty much know
Yeah.
everybody on my comments, so it would just be a logistical nightmare for him to do it. You know, even with
it
his-
probably would. It
Yeah.
probably would.
yeah, and they like to keep things pretty closed up. But for those of you that don't know, I originally met Rebecca and saw Rebecca on Our Wyoming Life. And Mike and Aaron are amazing folks. So if
They
one
are.
of the mods could put up their channel, they're another large, well, they've got over 5,000 acre ranch in Wyoming. And
Wyoming is some beautiful country.
yeah, but they're
I
going
had-
through a major
I had
correction.
been there. I had been there before down in Cheyenne,
Yeah.
Cheyenne, Wyoming, but never up north. And oh my gosh, it was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I just can't get over how dry it is. Like I'm just waiting for Mike to come on and say one of these times that they're out of water.
Right.
Like
I did some training at Camp Guernsey, Wyoming. It's one of the military camps that are out that way, and I don't remember quite where it's at in the state. But yeah, it was beautiful. We had to go out and actually train a little early. So there's two camps, or there's two military installations that I had to go to early to take a driving course in order to drive on their base.
Wow.
Yeah. Guernsey was one of them because they told us that when we drive at night, we drive with no lights on.
Yep.
And they said you could be driving along and just fall off a cliff. Like, because it looks, because it looks so flat and looks like there's land there, but there's no land there.
Kyle just did his night driving about a month ago, and he said it's different. It was cloudy. It was cloudy the first night, so they actually had their heads stuck out the truck's windows, him and the instructor out the passenger side and Kyle out the driver's side as he was driving. And yeah, he said it was a lot of fun though. It was a great course to take. And I just want to say hi to Ann Dale. How are you? Welcome for coming. But
well, I'll talk to everybody later. Bye.
All right, Rebecca,
All
you
right,
take care. Thanks for stopping by.
Not a problem. Bye.
Bye.
I'm
Come on.
looking forward to get these shirts done so that we can get them out in the mail.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, that was fun. I haven't talked to Rebecca since June. Well, see her in the chat all the time, but
Right.
that's great.
Well, I hope to meet Wiley and Jen in Pryor.
I'd love to go. I'd love to go. I was talking to Cassie and I'm like, I want to go ahead and book the hotel. And do you think I might get able to get rid of it? And she's like, I don't know. And then I got thinking, well, okay, maybe they'll take my money even if I don't go, and then they'll just re-rent out the room and make double on the room. And I'm like, I really just don't want to throw that kind of money away. That's all.
Right.
So I was considering just going down to meet the folks. Like, Brandon and them already have their rooms, I think, booked, he said. Jen and Wiley already have their rooms booked. So, I was considering it, but it's just too close to our trip as well.
Right.
So for me to spend $1,000 to get down there by plane, I'm looking at like a $2,000, $3,000 weekend.
Right.
By the time you take in vehicle, the hotel, food, flight, and the exchange.
Well, we're about 45 minutes from there.
Okay. Yeah, so you don't need a hotel.
I mean, it's not far at all for us.
Yeah.
So I know because I work on Thursday and I work on Friday, we probably won't make either of those days. But we should be able to make Saturday.
I think Saturday is going to be the big day anyways.
Right. So we might be able to, we're going to plan on making Saturday. And of course, if something comes up, but we'll plan on Saturday and hopefully we get to meet, Jen and Wiley and some of the others. So, I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. I hopefully somebody does a meetup like about this time next year. I may be able to get there, but we'll see.
I would like to. That's what we're looking for. Is we're looking to see if there's going to be one close by, that we can do, a day trip, spend the day and come home, or go down Friday afternoon and come back Sunday morning or something like that. But our deal is finding someone to take care of all of our animals while we're gone. Yeah. Because like with these meetups, Lori will be going. So it's like, with something close like that, or a couple hours away, she would be going too. So yeah, that's the one person that we would have, that we would ask, Yeah. But if she's going, then I can't ask her to do it.
No, like we had considered, possibly, there's about 4 or 5 of us that communicate like from northern US and then up here around Canada, that if we were to do something in Syracuse, and hang on, we got to get our other stooge up here.
Oh, hey, what's going on?
There's the third brother. Stooge.
The family's all back together.
Yeah, I just got done mowing
up last week.
I just finished mowing 3 acres, and I came in and took a shower, and all of a sudden I see you guys' face up on the big TV.
Oh, that was scary, I bet.
I was going to say that'd be a real scary sight.
Yeah. So what's going on, guys?
Nothing. Just talking about the expo there in Sulphur in March, and I was saying that we're trying to. There's a few of us that are trying to get something going in Syracuse, possibly next fall.
The meetup in Sulphur.
Prior.
Oh, prior.
The expo. The expo. Yeah, the expo that's taking place.
Yeah.
Up in Prior.
Dutch and Hidden Heights, and
yeah,
I think Walkers are in on it. Chad's in on it. Moorhead. They're working pretty diligent on all that.
Yeah, I know Cassie's doing the social media end of things, and I don't know if Chad's doing the website. I'm not sure.
Are y'all gonna try to make it, Mike?
Oh, we're gonna be there. It's only an hour and a half from our house.
Yeah, it's 45 minutes from us, so we're unless something comes up, we're planning on being there Saturday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Dutch asked if we were coming. I said, "You bet we're coming. If it's in Oklahoma, we're going for sure."
Well, that's it. I saw Mackenzie.
Come here, Kenzie. Come here. You've been on YouTube so much.
I was going to say, why is
she shouldn't have walked by so slowly?
No, like nobody's going to notice.
She's just like her grandma.
So then the other thing is I'm on there and I get a notification on our TikTok account that something was posted, and I go on there. Terry's at the feed store. She's bringing baby chicks home.
Oh no!
I'm like going, oh. So yeah, I learned I'm getting more chickens on TikTok.
That's funny.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I don't know what kind they are, but they better be special and lay golden eggs or something, because we just gave another 2 dozen to our new next people down the road. One of their cows got out. He's laying out in our front yard right now. And they came over and said, yeah, we'll get him and stuff like that. And they're the ones with the show sheep.
Okay.
And so Terry made some strawberry preserves and gave them a big jar of that she canned up, and then gave them 2 dozen eggs, and still ain't put a dent on the egg production. And she's bringing more home.
Oh,
like
buddy.
one of my
You tell
neighbors,
her-
his cows kept getting out, and they would always come down to my house. So finally, I just started kicking them in the pasture because I got tired of running them back home. Because he had this one old heifer that knew how to open the gate. She figured out how to open the gate. So I could put them in, and within a couple of hours, they'd back at my house.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
just
I'm
kick them
sitting
in
there.
the pasture, and I would call him and say, "Hey, I got your cows in my pasture." Well, it got to be such a habit. We put a gate in the back corner that separates my pasture from his pasture, from where he keeps all of his cows, so that whenever they get out, I can just kick them into my pasture, go open the back gate and run them through, and then close the gate back. That's how often his cows are in. Because at one point, we had his cows in our pasture for like 3 months
Yeah.
because he was working so much that he didn't have a chance to come get them.
Hmm.
And he would call me every once in a while and go, "Man, I'm trying. I just can't get off work." And I was like,
Speaking of Miss Sneaky, guess who just walked in? And
maybe she-
Yeah,
I
seen
hear
it on
Jinx.
TikTok. I seen
maybe
it on
she brought.
TikTok or whatever it was on. I seen it.
Maybe she bought you a tractor, Mike.
She goes, "Oh, here."
It's green. Oh.
Oh my God, I can hear them.
I told him, I said, "These better be. What kind of chicken is that?"
It said specialty, and they were like really expensive. Well,
What?
not really expensive. They were $8.99.
$8.99 a piece.
They're probably all roosters.
Look at that little feller.
It looks like any other little chick.
Is it a silky?
No?
I don't know. What is it, Terry?
I really don't know. It just said specialty, and I thought they were cute.
Are they Orpingtons?
They might be. I don't think so though, because usually orphaning. Whoa!
Okay, we have 3 of them
Oh
now.
my god!
You okay? You got brain damage?
Oh no! He's trying to kill him already.
Sorry about
So
that.
you know
bud.
that brooder that you just emptied out, Mike?
I know.
Guess
Good
what?
Lord.
All right,
You are not my favorite person right now.
hey, at least it was only 4.
At least it was only 4. Okay.
My wife, every time she goes to Atwood, she'll come home and she'll go, "Well, I left Atwoods with no rabbits, but I stopped and looked at them."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Don't even stop and look at them."
My next project is I'm building a outdoor rabbit hutch, and there's a guy over in Wilburton, Oklahoma, and he raises they're New Zealand, Texas A&M cross meat rabbits. And so I'm going to go over there and buy a breeding pair, a buck and probably a doe or 2, and then raise those, keep the breeding set, and then raise the offspring, put them in the freezer or whatever. So I love rabbit. I love rabbit anything. So yeah. So
I
that's our
told
next
Sarah
project.
that that's what we need to start thinking about doing is, getting stuff that we can keep the breeding pair and then butcher the rest and
Yeah.
put in the freezer, whether it be rabbit.
And the good thing about rabbits is you ain't got to put the buck in there with her if your freezer's already full.
That's
Right.
it. Keep them
When it goes
separated.
in,
And
then breed them, and then there you go.
so Heather Hopper said 4 really expensive chicks is better than 30 cheap ones.
Oh my God. They all lay eggs the same way. And we got so many eggs, we don't know what to do. So
Unless they're all 4 roosters.
yeah, then they would go straight for $8.99. You said, and they better be special.
They better be tasty if they're all roosters.
Yeah, well, she can make them tasty.
But they better self-based for that price.
Yeah. God, more chickens.
Just think, Mike, you're getting closer to your tractor, getting closer to your tractor.
Yeah, I think right now I'm only $23,522 away. It's getting there.
That's like I was listening to the radio and I
You
was
had to
like,
clean up that pen, babe.
Kubota has a new deal out right now. They've got a L2501 for
Yeah.
like 17,000, and I'm like, man, that ain't quite big enough to do what I need.
That's a small little tractor. That's one that you could cut the grass with, and it possibly has a front end loader, but wouldn't lift
It
a
does.
whole lot.
It's got a front end loader, so I'd need a brush hog for it. That's about all you could do with it.
Well, normally if they sell them as a package, that's your best deal. Is Kubota you'll get a tractor. Like I was looking at a 35 horse tractor, and it comes with a bucket, it comes with a brush hog, and it comes with a box
blade
for 23,000, and the trailer.
And the trailer.
That's a good deal, Mike.
Yeah, but
yeah,
there's none in stock.
Oh
yeah, there's absolutely none in stock right now.
You order them now, you start paying on it, or you just pay it, and then you wait until Kubota can kick them out. Because Daniel Arms, they took his tractor away from him.
Yeah,
because they said, "Hey, I got a guy, and he wants to do it. We can sell this. We need some money." And they came and picked it up and sold it, the whole kit. So he's without a tractor now. So
and you can't blame them for doing that. This day and age, they got to turn over as much money as they can, because God only knows what's going to happen down the road.
Yeah, and tractors right now, they're going up like trucks are going up. It's insane. I went over there and I was looking at a truck, and the guy goes, I said, well, he goes, do you have something to trade in? And I would say, well, I got a 2012 BMW that I'd like to trade in. And he goes, I'll make you a deal. If you trade that BMW in, we'll let you have it for 43,000. I said, it's a 2016. It's got 152,000 miles on it. He goes, oh, I know. He goes, you're getting a great deal. I go, are you insane? So and then new trucks right now. I bought a brand new truck in 2013 when we were in Colorado, and it was a 3500 Dodge Cummins diesel, long bed and 4-door, and I got it for 53,000 then. Now that same truck is 73,000. It's insane.
I bought my 2500, my Chevy Silverado 2500 HD in 2017. It was a 2016 and had like 400 miles on it, and it was 60,000.
Yeah. It's insane.
And it was the work model. It was the work model truck.
Yeah.
That's it. Even my 2017 out there, what they're doing is they're buying them up here in Canada and they're shipping them to the States because they're getting so much money down there.
Yeah.
And so my 2017 is a blacked out 1500 Ram. Not really, hasn't got like a sunroof. It hasn't got all the bells and whistles, but I don't need it. And I paid 53. And that was in 2017. Well, I could let it go now for about 30 because they'll ship it down to the States and they'll still make the vehicles that are leaving Canada to go down there. I refuse. That same truck right now is almost 70 grand.
Yeah.
Here in Canada.
Yeah. They told me that if I traded mine in, like I could trade mine in right now, and I would actually make money on my truck.
From what you
even though I'm upside down on it.
Yep.
I would make money to trade it in.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy because they'll just turn right around and sell it to another farmer,
Sure.
and who's looking for that specific truck.
Yeah.
And make their money back plus some. So
Yeah. I don't know. I really need a truck. I mean, I've got my Jeep Grand Cherokee and I've got a trailer. It does everything I need.
Yeah.
So, and my Grand Cherokee, no matter what the load is on the back, the towing, the spindle weight for my Grand Cherokee, I got it with a towing package, is 7,300 pounds.
Oh, that's pretty good.
What my model does is when you put weight on the back, like when you put the boat on the back and you hit the ignition, it'll sit there and it will balance the vehicle up because it's on an air ride suspension. And it will lift up the back end to make sure everything's level. And as you go down the road, it will lift or go down depending on your speed and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. I love it.
Yeah.
So when we bought it, we needed something over in Korea. We bought it from the military PX, and we didn't pay no taxes on it, nothing, because it was overseas. And I probably saved $23,000 from not buying it in the States.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
So then when the government shipped it back, I gave them the government order where they shipped it, and they can't tax me in Oklahoma on a new car purchase or first time registration because it was brought over at government expense. So it was kind of weird.
Yeah, there was.
She told me it's $163. I said, wow, that's cheap for a first time registration. Other than that, they would have charged, I think it was something like $3,900 for first time registration. So
that's kind of like we were talking to them when we were in Iraq, and like their BMWs, their Lexuses, their, all of those, they can get them for like $20,000-$30,000. But for them to have a Ford, a Chevy, they're paying $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. Like they're paying the prices that we pay for the BMWs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That they pay for, Yeah. So it's like it's flipped, it's reversed. And I was like, man, I should buy me a BMW or something. Send it home.
Yeah. Well, I bought my Harley Davidson from the PX while I was over there. And I bought it, bells, whistles, everything. And I got it for $23,000, and it lists price up almost 31,000 here in the States.
Wow.
So,
you know what though? It's just, you guys deserve every cent you can. They can never repay what you've done for that country. So.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing this weekend?
Mama's working.
I just finished my mowing. I'm done.
I've got mowing to do tomorrow, and then Sunday's going to be a quiet day, and then I think Monday we're going to finish putting the rest of the chickens in freezer camp.
Yeah.
So we've got 10 more chickens, and then 8 turkeys, I think.
Yeah.
But the toms are going to come in about 35 pounds. So like they're massive boys.
Hey, Brutal Bob. As soon as we get off here, I got to call Brutal Bob. He gave me a thing about a week or so ago, and I promised him I'd give him a call. He's an old vet, and yep. Everything's just been piling up, and I forget. I'm 60 years old. My memory ain't working, but every time I see his name, I said, I got to call him. So I'm going to call you, Brutal Bob, once we're off here.
I was the same way. I enjoyed chatting with Bob. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And, chatted well over a year on YouTube, and then, chatting on the the phone a couple times, and yeah, it's just different. It's a little more personable than like we see and chat with one another weekly. But a lot of people in, like Rebecca, I don't know if you saw, but Rebecca was up here. Rebecca that's it. She's never done it before, so it was great to see her on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've been talking to Rebecca for years, and but it was just nice to actually, get to see her face. Now, got to see her whenever she was in Wyoming, whenever Mike was filming out there. But it's just really neat that, again, this platform.
What's her YouTube channel?
She doesn't have one. She's just she's a subscriber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She subscribes, and
yeah, she's like Heather. The
she's
two of
pretty
them
loyal.
are super, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Both Rebecca and Heather, it doesn't matter where you go, you see them on everybody's live. They support everybody.
What's her name? Is this just Rebecca?
Rebecca Davis.
Oh, Rebecca Davis. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a sweet lady.
All right.
And
she's talking about her mom?
Her sister.
Her sister. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that all works out.
So do I. It's
Terry's uncle just passed away. And even though that you have a relative that's basically terminal like he was, and it's been a while, and I mean he smoked all his life. He had COPD to the point that it just took him down, but you're never ready.
No,
you're never ready. And it's just like my mom. My mom got hepatitis C in 1969 on a blood transfusion on my last sister that was born. She had a rupture or something happened, and they had to give her blood and stuff like that. Well, she got hep C, and when she died, she only had just less than 5% of her liver function.
Oh, wow.
And, we knew it was coming, but until it actually happened, it hit you like a ton of bricks, even though it's coming, and I truly believe that the human part of us doesn't want to accept it. And that may be the selfish side of being human. Okay. But my mom was a God-fearing woman. She gave her soul to Christ years ago. And I know I'm the same way. And although that she's going to be, on the right side, it's your human selfishness that doesn't want to part, you know what I mean? And give a relative up, a friend up, and stuff like that. And I understand that. And if anybody's ever buried a parent or a child and stuff like that, it's a hard thing to deal with, and that's when you need friends and family just to talk to, because you're in grief and trying to make sense of all this thing. When my son died, I wanted to blame, God for allowing this to happen, but it was none of his doing. It's all preordained, and that's why he gave us free agency to choose. You mark your path in life.
Yep.
That's what I believe. You mark your path, and if your path is destructive, if it's this, but good people die. And it's sad, and I'll pray for her and her family. And it's just grief it's something I don't never want to go through. Parents
Terry
a child, and that's the sad part about life.
I can't even fathom losing a child.
Dude, I was so empty for so long. I would just
you will be.
I knew my son's lifestyle and the path he was going down, and I knew one of these days I'm going to get that phone call. but I still wasn't ready for it. And it was just through, my grief and then turning to God that I did something. I talked to a priest. I was over in Korea, and he just sat down and he just said the right thing for that moment. And it gave me peace after that.
Awesome.
So,
is Terry there with you?
yeah.
And Jen just put here, Mike, Lily
Yes, sir.
says that she's sad that Terry lost her uncle. Lily said she'll pray for her.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Oh, Lily, she's got a heart of gold.
Yes.
And now I did see Shelly. You are just like any one of us that have YouTube channels. You have a YouTube account, which our YouTube account, everybody comes and joins. You're registered under YouTube under your name. So if you go on a laptop and whenever you're logged in, you can go and adjust your about page and put your email address in there. And then, everybody that clicks on your name will see that you have a YouTube, like an email address, and they can communicate with you that way.
Yeah. My big suggestion, one thing I've learned is never put your home address on there. If you're going to correspond with people, getting a P.O. box is probably your best bet. It's a little bit more secure for you where you live and stuff like that. Not that, the world's really crazy. I get that, but you need a P.O. box. And if you're just a watcher, like my channel, my Mr. MT Homestead, I have no videos on there, but I got 8 or 9 subscribers on there. But then they subscribed to me, but instead of going to MT Homestead, they went to Mr. MT Homestead and subscribed to me. I have no videos on there. I have nothing on there. I'm just a watcher on mine. And Terry manages our MT Homestead page under her name.
I'll be right back, guys.
All right, buddy.
So people just need to be very careful when they're interacting on here, because millions and millions of people see everything. I mean, look at the chats lately, all this Chinese writing that's coming in. You had it in yours, and stuff like that. So,
yeah, right now I do have mine, but as soon as I can get across the border again, it's gone. Then it'll just be the U.S. post office box.
Yeah.
And if somebody from Canada wants to send me something, well, they can call me, email me, whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's my only course right now, and Lord only knows when your president's going to let us back in.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
But that's a whole other subject that we're not going to even touch today because we don't.
There you go. There you go.
But so what's the big plans for the weekend? Oh yeah, you have 2 extras for a few days.
Yeah, we got Mackenzie and Weston this weekend. They live like 7 miles away from us here.
Okay, so they're not your daughter that was on your live there a couple weeks ago.
Oh no. Brittany has a cat. One day we were in Kansas City. I came all the way from Korea to take a training course at Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. And then Terry flew over with me, and Terry and Brittany came to Kansas City. And then Terry and Brittany, they rented a car, and then I didn't see them for the 3 weeks I was in school. And they traveled. I think they put 8,000 miles on that rental car and stuff like that. They just went everywhere. So then they came up when I graduated. They came up. We went to go have dinner. And so we're eating. We're sitting at the table and we're eating and stuff. And I said, so Brittany, I said, when are you going to give me some grandchildren? Well, she spit up everything that she had in her mouth, first of all. And she said, Dad, you have a grand cat. That's good for us right now. So, yeah. So I have a grand cat, and his name is Remy. And so she doesn't plan on having any kids lately. The Mackenzie is, the kids here are my son's children. Her mom and my son were together. They never got married. And then they were both working. They lived in Arizona where we lived, and finance and all that stuff broke them up. And him wanting still having, I'm a young man in my brain and the responsibilities, he wouldn't accept it. So she moved back to Missouri. But now he's grown up. He has his own family and stuff like that. And I just wish those two would get along to the point where he could actually have visitation and stuff like that, which he has not seen her since she was less than 1 year old. So he just sees pictures and videos that I do and stuff like that, and it's killing him inside because it took him a while to grow up. He's 32 years old now, and he's got 2 children. They live in Oklahoma City, and they're this close, and he can't. Past relationships and grown-ups are dumber than kids sometimes. So,
well,
but he built the bed. He made his own bed, and he understands that, but still hurts a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm a huge proponent of life is all about choices.
Yeah.
Good.
And I'm Switzerland. Yeah. I don't get involved with that. I appreciate my time with my grandkids, and I just stay neutral.
Well, and that's it. You take a side, then you lose your grandkids. Well, that's no fun.
No.
Like everybody says, if we would have known this before, we would have had grandkids before we had kids.
That's right.
Now, I haven't had that opportunity yet, but my kids are still younger, older. So, and my oldest has already said that she's not having any. So, now we've had friends that have said that too, and then end up with 2 and 3 kids. So we'll see.
Yeah. Mackenzie knows how to manipulate Papa. So she's got me wrapped around her finger. She's my oldest grandchild, and she was going to play softball. You got to pay for uniform. You got to do all this stuff. And I said, well, did you ask your mom? And she goes, well, and then I need to go to softball camp. And I said, well, you got to talk to your mom, see if she'll send you there. She goes, Papa, it's not, I can't talk to my mom. And I said, well, why can't you talk to your mom? I mean, she can, if she thinks you should go to softball camp, but she goes, my mom's poor. And I said, what? She goes, well, you have a lot of money and my mom's poor, so that's why I'm asking you. And guess what I do?
Oh, you open the wallet. Absolutely. Like every one of us would do.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But when she said that to me, I just died laughing. I'm going, whoa.
Yeah.
So
see that little finger? That little finger right there.
Yeah.
She has you wrapped right around there.
My youngest nephew, his name's Connor, and he was with my mom on a trip one time, and they got rear-ended, and he was like, that guy just hit us. My mom had no clue,
Wow.
but he knew before she knew, and she was like, yes we did. Are you okay? And he was like, yeah, I've been in worse wrecks. My mama can't drive. She took the whole mirror off of her car.
I love it.
Yeah, they'll speak the truth. They will speak the truth.
Yeah. Oh, I'm the same. Jen said her kids tell everybody she's cheap. I'm in that boat too.
Yeah.
I just like to call it frugal.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're grandkids. I want them to try everything. I mean, we pay for gymnastics and we pay for football and stuff like that with the other grandkids and these kids. I mean, and my son tells me all the time. He goes, "Man, I wish you were like this when you were raising us." I said, "Man, I was a soldier and I was broke poor."
Yeah.
I didn't start making money until I left the military. And now they pay me to stay out of the military. So there you go.
Yeah. Oh, gracious.
He always says that. He goes, "Man, I wish you were like this when I was growing up." So
Jesse just
all I could do for you is give you what you need, not what you want. Back then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jesse just put here, drunks and children don't lie.
Yeah, that's it. That is 100% correct.
Pretty much. But so are they there just tonight, or are they there all weekend?
Terry picked them up from school yesterday because Oklahoma, they had a half a day yesterday, and they're not at school. I guess they had parent teachers or whatever they're doing.
Oh.
I don't know what they're doing, but they didn't have school today, so we have them. We picked them up yesterday, today, and we'll have them Saturday. And then they're going to do something with their mom and her fiance on Sunday. And so they're going to come pick them up on Sunday morning, I think it is, or something like that.
Okay.
And then we got projects here. I got to work on inside the turkey pen. I picked up some 4x4s. I got a hand auger, and I'm gonna auger those things, the post in the ground, and then I'm gonna take a 4x4 and leave it square on the ends, and then I'm going to lathe it in the middle just to make it round. So because they're so big right now, they need something firm to perch on and stuff like that. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna put a laying box inside there. The one we got is too shallow, and what turkeys don't. Terry goes, "Well, build some nest box." I said, "Turkeys lay eggs on the ground. They do not go into nesting boxes. So what you have to do is you have to build a 3-sided, well, 3 sides, 4 sides, leave the one end open in the ground, and then you build it so it's about at least 4 foot deep and probably 3.5 foot tall as they walk. And they like to get back into a dark area, and they'll make a nest on the ground. So she's all right now. She's starting every time the Tom Pete comes by. She always gets down on the ground, so she's ready to start laying eggs. But they breed and stuff like that, and they're not wild turkeys where they only lay eggs in the springtime, because that's when turkey season happens, is right before they start nesting and stuff like that. And people don't realize it, that only during the spring does a tom respond to a call. You can call all in the fall, like October is usually the fall turkey season in the States. And you can call and call and call, and they don't make a noise. It's only during that breeding season in the spring that they respond to calls and stuff like that. I mean, I've been turkey hunting for 50 years probably, and I've never heard a turkey respond to anything in the fall.
Yeah,
you're right.
I started turkey hunting here just a couple years ago.
Yeah.
It was during the youth hunt. I'd take my bow, and so I was deer hunting, turkey hunting, whatever, with just my bow.
Yeah.
And I just started using a mouth call.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still learning it, but yeah, I've not ever got a response in the
The
fall.
best thing you can do in the fall is just hen chirp, because if you use a gobbler or something like that, and if you use like a slate and stuff, and you're going work, 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 making that noise, they don't respond to that. They just hear that
Right.
beep, 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 and then that's all the best you can do, because you buy turkey tags and for October and stuff, and you can bow hunt with gun tags, but you can't gun hunt with bow tags.
Right.
Yeah, so
Which I have my lifetime
yeah, me too.
hunting and fishing. So
You just have to buy your special tag for turkey and stuff like that, because the lifetime in Oklahoma is only good for small game. You still have to buy that tag or you'll go to jail. It's not good for deer, and it's not good for turkey. You have to buy those separately. It's only good for small game.
Up here, I don't even have to buy it because I go off of my disability certificate.
Oh, really?
And it's free for disabled folks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, that's what I like. Mine is lifetime hunting and fishing combination license for disabled veterans.
Yeah, and that's only small game.
Yeah, that's only
That's
small
not
game.
what they told me when I got mine.
No, it's only for small game.
Up here's the same. Don't get caught.
You have to buy a turkey tag, and you have to buy. That is only for small game hunting.
Yeah, that's pheasants, partridge.
No, that's upland game. You got to buy a stamp. You have to buy for migratory bird, but that is only good for small game.
When I talked to him about it, when I was inquiring about it and everything and talking to him about it, I had asked, and he said it is good for everything. He said the only thing that you will have to buy is your stamps if you're gonna duck hunt and stuff like that. It's good for everything else.
I don't know.
I'd get a triple check, buddy, because you're going to lose your house.
I would too, because the guy told me totally opposite. He goes, you can hunt rabbit, squirrel, hogs, anything small game that's on their small game list. But when it comes to turkey, deer, pronghorn in Oklahoma, and someplace over in the West, elk hunting, you got to have a tag. I'd recheck it. Just call them up and recheck it, because that's what they told me.
And that's the way it is in Canada also. Like my small game license is for small game. If there's a little sticker that goes on the back of it, if I apply for like a doe tag, if not, then it's just obviously a standard buck. And turkey, you need another license. And if you're going to do duck, you also need a follower for that too.
Yeah, we have to have a migratory bird stamp and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So, honestly, Chris, get it looked at, bud, because you were given wrong information that I shouldn't say I don't know from Oklahoma, but I know up here.
Because see, when you harvest a deer or turkey and stuff like that, you have to, number one, the first rule is to tag it. And then you have to get on your phone, and then you have to call it in, and you have to have that tag number when you call it in. That's the only way you can register a kill in Oklahoma. I used to be a hunter safety instructor when I was in Missouri. And
so all they told me that I needed was something that had my name, my license number, and a way to write the date and time of my kill.
Oh, wow.
That's all they told me I had to have. And I could put that on my kill until I could get it.
Oh.
Until I could get it.
Are you 100%?
Yes.
Oh, I'm 70%. I don't know. If
I'm 100% permanent in total.
Okay. I don't know if it's different for 100% versus 70%. There is a difference, because you don't get the benefits until you hit 60%.
Right.
If you're 60% or more, then you can get a lifetime hunting and fishing license in Oklahoma. in most states. In Texas, you get everything.
Oh yeah.
You get everything. You go in there, you show them your lifetime from there. They just start printing out tags for you.
Oh, hey Margie.
But that's,
And
I mean, that's the
right,
thing.
Chris. You could be right at 100%. I only look at mine for 70%, and that's
Right.
what I put on my application with fishing.
Well, that's like they even told me that even though I don't have a placard for my vehicle, a disabled placard for my vehicle, like I can hunt in those ambulatory, those non-ambulatory places, and I could hunt from my vehicle as long as I was so far off the road.
Yeah, I think it's 50 meters off the road, shooting away from the road.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I could I could pull off the road and
or structure, like
houses,
barns and stuff like that. You got to be 50 feet away, 50 meters away.
Meters.
Yeah.
See, ours is 15 meters, 15 meters from, or yards from any roadway.
Yeah.
Shooting away from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, in Missouri, the Fish and Game, they'd go out every year during gun season, and they would put these mechanical deers off the roadway. They
do it in Arkansas.
They had this one deer. It was like a 16-point buck, and they put it on a track, and they would mimic a deer, and you couldn't see the track, and its legs would move, and people would shoot from the road, and the thing's got a camera on it, and they got you. I mean, and people know they're there, but they still shoot from the road. They go. We call it road hunting back in Missouri, and they just shoot from the back. In Missouri, you'll see people with a couch, 2 couches, and they're back to back and on top of a flatbed with guys sitting on there, and they're road hunting.
We call that jacking here.
Oh, well, we call it you're an idiot. I mean, everybody knows what you're doing.
My ex-father-in-law, when we would hunt the Ouachita Mountains in Arkansas, we run dogs. We ran beagles.
Yeah.
So we were always in the truck.
Yeah.
And it was like the last day of deer season. We hadn't seen a thing all year. We were coming out, and he locked it up and threw up on the hood of the truck. He said, as soon as I squeezed the trigger, I went, oh no. He's like, but it was already too late, and he was like, as soon as it went off, he heard Fish and Wildlife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they had one set up, and they were hiding in the bushes.
Yeah.
Because they'll set it up, put one agent in the bushes, hiding, and the other guy will drive off.
They're pretty high tech here. Like they'll put like a speaker up in a tree, and they'll be watching you from a drone that you can't hear or anything.
Yeah.
But they can communicate through that thing and just put your firearm down, make sure it's empty.
And guess what? All that belongs to the state.
Yeah. What you're looking at, we're gonna take.
Yeah.
Well, what helped us in that situation was that we knew the game warden very well. He'd been a game warden in that area for forever. And, he's like, this is the first time, you've never been in trouble before. He's like, I'm not going to take your guns. He goes, all they ended up doing was, I think they took their license for like 3 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Was all that they done. And then they had to pay the fine, whatever the fine was.
Yeah.
Wow.
It could have been a whole lot worse for sure.
I had a friend that was a judge back in Missouri, and he was a fish and game warden for like 20 years. He retired from that and became a judge, went to law school and all that stuff. And he became a circuit court judge there. and he was the presiding circuit court judge, and all poaching, hunting violations came to his court. And I don't know anybody that ever got out of his court for like poaching or road hunting or anything like that, or hunting without a license, that didn't get out of his court for less than between $1,000 and $5,000 fine. And he took away their license. It was either 5 years or 10 years. But you can't hunt in the state of Missouri. And he laid the hammer down on them. So,
hey, Bob.
I mean, if it's one of those things that, it's repeat offenders, they know, that's one thing. But
there's no excuse for poaching.
No, I'm sorry.
No. I mean, if you're poaching, that's one thing. But like, the thing is the game warden, he was like, look, I understand it's the last day. You're coming out of the woods.
Yeah.
He was like, you've never done anything like this before. It was, he was like, you just made that, because my father-in-law at the time told him, he was like, I knew the minute that I squeezed the trigger that it was, he goes, it was already too late. There was nothing I could do. He's like, I couldn't stop myself. It was already done and over. And he was like, I just dropped my head because he goes, I knew. So, I mean, at the time he was like, when I first saw it, everything rushed and I wasn't thinking. And then it hit me just as I squeezed the trigger. It's like, which, they look at that, he's not ever been caught poaching. He's never been, so, I mean, they take all of that into consideration as well.
Yeah. We gotta round that. The hunting in the game warden for our area hunted with us. So one day he'd do morning hunt with us. The next day he'd do afternoon hunt, and he'd vice versa. He'd go out, catch people if he was in the afternoon, or he'd go out after we. But you know what? We never broke any rules.
No.
And, we respected old Pat.
Oh, dude,
he knew that. Yeah. That's why he hunted with us.
That's like going to dinner with a food health inspector for restaurants.
Yeah.
Could you imagine having I watched it on that show called Friends, and one of them was dating New York City restaurant health inspector. And he was closing down all the restaurants they would go to because he'd see violations and stuff. And so they were saying, oh, let's go to this one over here. And he goes, oh, okay. And someone says, no, Phoebe, we like that restaurant. She goes, oh, that's right. Let's go to this one over here. We don't like this guy. So they go to a restaurant so he can shut him down.
Yeah.
That'd be like hunting with, I knew all the fish and game guys in Missouri where I left, because I was a hunter safety course instructor. And so they have to sit through your class every year to make sure you're doing everything correct and stuff like that. And then they renew your license for the next year and stuff like that, because they just don't have enough game wardens to handle everybody that needs to go through it. Of course, I'm 60, so I was born before 1969, so I don't need hunter safety. And I'm just like going, you know what? Those are the guys who need hunter safety.
Those are. I agree. Those are the guys that had Mickeys in the bush. And
I got my hunter safety card and all that stuff too, and even though I didn't need it, but there's a lot of accidental stupidity out there in the woods.
Yep. And a lot of the older fellas take a little snippet of with them, and they end up falling asleep on their tree stand or wherever, and they hear something and up with the gun and bang. Well,
so in Oklahoma, you can hunt over bait. In Oklahoma. Okay. In Missouri, you can't. So
Okay.
when turkey season comes around in the fall, okay, what they do to avoid the whole baiting thing, the day before turkey season opens, the farmers will go out there and they will plow up all their fields. Right? Of course, there's worms and there's bugs and there's grubs and their fields will just be packed with turkeys. So all the grandkids are out there, boom, 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 boom. And it's kind of weird. I went with a family one time and they had plowed up this field. I'm going, they go, oh, that's not baiting. That's not baiting. We just plow up our fields the day before turkey season opens. Okay. But then they had people on one side and people on the other side. I'm like going, yeah, I'm not going to go out there and hunt. Oh, they know the kids know what they're doing. And someone always gets a pellet to the face or something happens.
Right.
And
I learned something about baiting in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You can do it on private land. So you can have a deer feeder and set in a deer stand on private land. That's the only time. You can't do it. So you can't set corn out or anything like that if you're in a wildlife management area or on public land.
Yeah.
It's only on private land.
Right. I didn't know that part.
I was going to say, I see Dutch and Daniel doing it all the time.
You go to Walmart and they're buying it by the truckloads. The corn and stuff like that.
I had heard that you couldn't bait period during deer season.
Oh, really?
And I didn't want to get there's a guy who's leasing this property, this land next to us. And so I just called the game warden up and I was like, look, hey, I got a question about baiting during deer season because I'm hearing a couple of different things.
Right.
And they said, he said, on private land, you can have a feeder. You can do you can put apples out there. You can put corn out there. You can do whatever you want to on private land. They said on public land, the only thing that we cannot stop you from doing is pouring salt. He said, you can put salt out, straight salt out on public land. But anything that has a food in it, such as or a flavoring. Or a flavoring in it, such as anything that's apple flavored or corn or anything like that is considered food, you cannot put out for deer or turkey or anything like that on public land, but you can on private land.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike said from Vision Acres, he said corn's $7 a pound.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. My phone is about to die, so guys, I'm going to jump out of here and we'll holler at y'all later.
Okay.
All right, man. Take care.
Yep. Bye.
When we got here last deer season, we got here last August to Oklahoma from Korea. And we went into Walmart and bags of corn, 40-pound bags of corn at Walmart was $5. And now it's, I think a 40-pound bag, I was over there the other day, is like $11.95 from last year for corn, for deer corn.
Wow.
And now they have this stuff. It's like a powder. It's called a rice brand. It's like a brand, some kind of brand powder. And I guess somebody's making some money off of it because Daniel Arms just added that in a video. He just did a video on his game cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
This stuff, it's a rice like brand. They make it out of rice and stuff, and it's like crack cocaine to deer.
Oh.
He goes, they got pictures of deer with this stuff all over. They just bury their nose in it and they just start chomping this rice brand stuff. And now I see it over at Walmart, that they're selling it at Walmart now. And it's like crack cocaine to buck deers.
And how much is it?
I don't know. I gotta go see because I'm like going, holy smokes. And I mean, Daniel, he has a commercial that he did, him and Blake Shelton, the singer Blake Shelton.
Yeah.
They both have fish and game video to get people out to go hunting and fishing and stuff like that. And they invited Daniel Arms to do a public service commercial for the DNR, Department of Natural Resources here in Oklahoma. So he's on a commercial, and once hunting season starts up, they'll start running it again down here for people. It's on YouTube somewhere for them doing it. And then Blake Shelton, he is the Oklahoma ambassador for kids hunting and fishing seasons. So, okay. And he sponsors city kids and underprivileged kids to go out on fishing things with the DNR and stuff like that. So they're both doing some good work here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Jen and Wiley said that they had a deer feeder on the backside of their land and somebody stole it on them.
Oh yeah. I can believe that. And they steal game cameras and hunting stands. And I mean, when you put stuff up, you can't watch all your property. A thief's going to find it somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. The good thing is like I have a feeder. I haven't even put it out yet. I bought it for the goats and the sheep when we get those. So you fill it up with 275 pounds of feed, and then you put it on a timer, and it'll put feed on the ground for your goats and your sheep. So, okay. But they have those cellular game cameras.
Yeah. And
if you put something out, like a feeder and stuff like that, you have something, and don't put that game camera right on the ground because they can take it. Make them at least work for it and put it up in a tree somewhere. So you can have that game, because all of a sudden your phone, you have an app for them, and you can list them 1 through 1,000 game cameras, and it sends you the pictures straight to your phone.
I've seen Daniel using that.
Yeah.
Here in Connecticut, having 800 acres of land, as a landowner, you can have extra tags for your deer that you're allowed. Or each person in that house can get extra tags.
Yeah.
Also, too, you are allowed to put salt licks out.
Yeah.
But you, like everything else, you have to have the tags in Connecticut to do it, unless they become a nuisance and you have a huge herd. And we've had like 30 deer, and they destroyed full gardens. They used to destroy.
Oh, yeah.
They wouldn't just eat it. They would take a chomp out of everything.
Yeah.
Leave you where you were with nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, in a professional, I'm gonna have to do a video so you can see what I'm talking about at the property. You can see the stainless steel whole setup for doing the deer, hanging out the refrigerator and the whole 9 yards to grinding them. It's quite a lot of work when you're doing the deer. It's not an easy job.
Yeah.
I don't know, Scott, have you done a deer before?
Oh yeah.
And then also cut it up and grind it and do all the chops and do all it's a lot of work. And if people do deer meat and they do it with a side of beef and they integrate it together.
Oh.
See, we do pork.
Yeah, I do pork. I do pork fat.
You do pork. Okay.
Yeah, I do pork fat with my deer for ground deer.
Yeah.
We'll make pepperettes. We do for a pepperette, we do a full deer, half a hog, and sometimes, depending on how much fat is on the hog, we'll throw in a little bit of beef, but not much.
Yeah.
And then we make pepperettes that way. But a moose is even harder to clean. Well, it's not harder to clean, but harder to process just because of the volume.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dressed out there. It's really good to dress it out there and then let the other animals get it at night.
Yeah.
and haul it up with a tractor, hanging it, and then go put it in the refrigerator for till it gets to almost like I call it a refrigerator, it's a freezer. And then when it gets to a certain temperature, that's when you can start slicing it up and making it easier.
Yeah.
So the knives and everything are really quite a unique operation. I'll have to do a video of the farm. It's 100 acres. It's got an open 15-acre lot. It's got the horse barns on it. It's got everything. I was just there the other day checking it all out. I'd have to take you guys down so you guys can see all the farm and the horses, and you get a kick out of it. They had the chickens and everything else. We had the chickens, but they were getting the coyotes were coming up constantly and attacking. I mean, they were ripping that stuff apart. It was crazy. It was all oh gosh. It was, the eggs were good, but after a while they stopped laying, and then we used those chickens for soup.
Yeah. Here in Oklahoma, the big predator for deer is coyotes.
Yeah.
And feral hogs, because a feral hog, when they start putting fawns on the ground, fawns, when they're first born, they stay still. They're right there. Mom's grazing. She's doing her job, and her feral hogs will attack a fawn and they will eat it, bone and all.
Oh wow!
And those feral hogs, I mean, they're very invasive, and they'll tear up your land, and they will drive your deer off your land down here. Wow. And so that's why everybody hunts them, and you don't even need a license in the state of Oklahoma to kill feral hogs.
Well, we've been coming across a lot of different, since COVID, I shouldn't say the word, but since that started, a lot more people are doing sightings on what they have seen. And we have actually come across mountain lions, and the DEP, the deep, doesn't want to admit that that's what we're seeing, but show it, we've come across a cat too. And
same thing up here.
Yeah, oh, really, Scott? You're getting it too? Is it newer to you guys right now? Since
No. We've had a mountain lion. We've had lynx, but the MNR say, "Oh no, that doesn't. You're dreaming. There's no way." Well, we've seen it out our back window.
Yeah,
right. Exactly.
I know what a lynx is.
I have pictures, Scott, of bear right here in the yard. Bear. Yeah. Two of them, two bear, and I have pictures of them. And they'll walk right through the yard, the black bear, and but I think they're just more or less passing through to go to more of a wooded area and stuff like that. But the mountain lions are definitely a problem. The coyotes are definitely a problem, and they're doing a number on the farms. On the food chain. Somebody just popped in.
It's Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, it's.
Hey, Mike.
How are we doing, Mike?
Scott? I'm good.
Hey, buddy.
There he is.
What's this working on a Friday afternoon, dude?
I got a back of my truck's full of feed right now.
All right.
What do you?
So, not real work.
Yeah. Well,
I sent Terry to the feed store, and she comes back with more chickens. So I'm just like, are you kidding me? She goes, but they said special. Yeah, they're all special.
I actually stopped at the feed store that day. They had $1 chicks, and I was like, nope, Chelsea can't go in there.
Yeah.
Oh no! Terry paid a lot more than $1 chicks.
She paid $8.99 a chick. These are really, really special chickens.
I would really, really hope so.
I'm hoping
he's really, really in trouble.
They had $1 chicks at Tractor Supply, but they were all Rhode Island Reds.
She doesn't deal in common chickens.
I wanted
those.
These are purple. These are like a purple, like a lavender Orpington, or
I don't know.
Something.
They are gray. I'm wondering if they're olive eggers, maybe.
Yeah.
There's only one way to find out.
Wait till they start laying.
Exactly.
I know. I should do some chickens for the eggs and stuff, and for the soup.
Yeah, I'll be. We have 100 chickens right now, but 41 of them are meat birds. So I don't know. They'll be getting processed in the next.
That's
about
still
week or so.
that's still a lot of eggs. Oh my God. We have 22 laying hens, and I'm getting to the point where I'm not really liking eggs anymore because we eat them all the time.
No, we don't.
I give away so
He
many
does
eggs.
give away a lot.
I give away. I think a month. I probably give away 10, 15 dozen eggs easy.
Oh yeah, we sell them, and those that we don't sell. The other day, we took 20 dozen eggs up to the church and sat them up there, and they were gone.
Yeah, exactly what we were doing. Like 5 years ago, we had so many eggs. We were bringing them up to the church, and we would like ask everybody to save their egg cartons, and we were bringing them up, and they were going off really fast.
Yeah,
you know,
Peter fell in a hole.
It's the best thing to do when you have that many. Give it to other people.
Yeah,
Well, that's how I feel about milk. I've got 2 refrigerators full of milk. We sell the milk and we do good with it. It pays for all of our feed, but that doesn't mean that I still don't have 2 full refrigerators of milk.
Well, I wish we were closer to them because I've been trying to find milk.
Well, that's it. It's against the law in Canada. You can't have raw milk in Canada.
It depends on where you live in the States.
Yeah, the state of Missouri is really nice when it comes to raw milk. I can sell directly to consumer and directly from farm to anybody.
Wow, that's.
I have to make a trip over to St. Louis area. Go see Mike and Chelsea.
Yeah, let's go to St. Louis and get us some milk.
A couple hundred gallons.
By the time we get back to Oklahoma, it'll be like $23 a half gallon. There you go.
I do it when I go visit my cousin or something.
Yeah.
How is
that family there? Like
What's that, Lainey?
My cream content on your milk.
What's that? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Very well.
How is the cream content on your milk?
Well, on our half gallons, we've got usually at least a third of cream on each one of our half gallons. We have jerseys, and they do really well with it. We've thought about taking some of the cream off because it's more than whole milk. We've thought about taking some of the cream off and doing more cheeses and stuff, which is what we do. But we've been selling it to our customers with that much cream in it. I feel like I'm stealing from them, even though it's not.
No.
Whereabouts are you, Thor Haven? I just asked Thor Haven whereabouts he is.
Yeah, in the state of Oklahoma, you can sell anything off your property. But once you go off your property, and like you said, at the farmer's market or whatever, then you have to have, what was it, a business license or some kind of?
No, it has to be USDA inspected.
Yeah, it'd be USDA inspected in Oklahoma. But you can sell your eggs and everything right off your property. Put a sign out on the road, and people come on your property. They can buy all day long.
And that's what we do with our beef too. We'll sell portions of our beef, and we'll take it to a butcher down about 2 miles down the road, and they'll come collect their half beef, quarter beef. I've sold as little as they wanted like 40 pounds, and they get a quarter or a third of a beef. I'll break it down as much as they want it.
Yeah.
As long as my costs are covered, we're good to go.
In Connecticut, we put up a farm stand on the land, and people could go down into the driveway, and we were basically giving the stuff away. But the town came in and cited us because they wanted us to have a license to go to the state and to get a license to say that we had the rights to sell, produce, even on our own land. So we would say donate, welcomed, anything you want, take. If you want to donate, you can. And that way we weren't selling it.
Yeah, here you can do whatever you want on your land. But if you take it off your land, then it has to be inspected, eggs, whatever. So that's why everybody just sets up little stands at the end of their laneways.
Well, that's what you do here.
Yeah. Okay, Thor Haven, I know where you are now. So yeah, they can do unpasteurized cheese in Quebec. I don't think we can do it here in Ontario, or I haven't been able to find something I like. Don, I can't believe I'm still on. What do you mean, Don? It's not even 3 hours yet. This is a rookie day. And then, Fertile Bob, you asked me if they can charge, if the RCMP can charge somebody for giving them the finger. I don't believe so. I wouldn't recommend it, but I'll ask a couple members I know, but as far as I know, they are not allowed to charge. And then there was another question I think we missed. I think Bob said that they couldn't feed, just like we can't here. We can bait, we can put apples out, corn out, and what we used to do is apples, corn, and molasses. But you have to stop 1 week before the season starts.
Yeah, I think in Missouri when I was there, you could do all that, but 10 days before opening season, you have to remove every remnants of anything. In Missouri.
It doesn't have to be 10 days before opening season. It has to be 10 days before you hunt it. So say you don't archery hunt, you can have it out there the entire time right up until 10 days before rifle season.
And let me tell you something. I know people that have been cited in Missouri because I work closely with the DNR there when I lived there. They didn't even know that somebody had taken like deer cane and molasses stuff and poured it over a stump that was within shooting distance of their stand. And they confiscated everything from them because everybody, the game wardens go, well, you're going to lie anyway. You say it's not yours. But a friend of mine, he lost his gun, his tree stand. He lost everything.
Man.
Yep.
So,
and I think don't quote me on it. Yeah, they've got it can be out, but you can't have it within eyesight of your hunting stand, I believe is what the rule is on
something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy because I remember when my kids were real little, I took them fishing in a pond, and the game warden gave me a ticket for teaching my kids how to fish in it was like a 4-inch pond.
Yeah.
But you had to have a fishing license.
Yeah.
And the kids were like, what, 4 and 5? No.
I mean, I'm all for game management because if you didn't have it, we'd be back like in the 1920s during the Depression, where we almost killed every deer in North America was gone almost. I mean, they killed everything. There was no rules, and people needed to eat, so they killed everything that moved. So game management is I mean, look at the deer population. Important. I know in Missouri, you read the report, and it's like 2.7 million deer were killed during deer season.
There's a lot of deer in Missouri.
And that didn't even put a dent in it.
No.
So when you're killing millions and it's not putting a dent, the game management's absolutely working. And then when Missouri implemented the 4-point rule, okay, you had to have 4 points at least on one side, or because everybody was killing everything that moved. So you had young bucks that would never make it to maturity. So they implemented that the 4-point rule.
Well, that was smart.
Oh, yeah. Because ours are, as long as the nubs are over an inch, they're considered a buck here.
Yeah.
But we turn any corner, you're going to see a deer.
Yeah.
In my area.
Oh, yeah.
Same here, Scott. It's
crazy. So in Missouri, the antler restriction's still there, but it's county by county now. So there's plenty of counties that don't have an antler restriction. Like we have a hunt camp that I went down to last week to put up some stands. We got 160 acres in Iron County, and you can't grow anything there but rocks. So but it was a price. We do pretty good out there, but they have an antler restriction. But we implement our own antler restriction for anybody that comes out there because we're trying to build a bigger herd.
Sure, yeah.
So let's say
we do our own antler restrictions, but nobody else.
Right,
you take all the big breeders
so somebody else can get on. I'm going to get off so someone else can get on.
All right, we'll see you later.
I just see how to do it here.
Oh man, it's 3:30.
I know,
yeah,
it's 3:30.
I just looked at the time, and Yeah, it's almost that time that. Oh,
Yeah, you said it hasn't been
how
3
do I
hours.
get so we can see Terry?
There you go.
Where did Terry go?
I'm here.
She's here. There she is.
There we go.
Put me in a small screen.
Don't worry, buddy. You're the smallest one out of the group.
Yeah, I probably am, but not by much.
Yeah, so I think in most states, kids don't need a fishing license.
No.
I know here, anybody 16 and under doesn't need a fishing license.
And
Same as here.
and maybe I think she was saying that she didn't have a fishing license. She was teaching them how to fish. So if she had a rod in her hand, they would ticket her.
Yeah.
Even though she wasn't actually fishing, she was just teaching.
Yeah.
So,
That's a shame, but I understand where they're coming from on it. Like you were saying earlier, the animals belong to the state, and they have to manage them, because if it was left up to everybody else, there wouldn't be any.
There wouldn't be nothing left.
There wouldn't.
We can only go back about 15 years here, and it was like that.
Mm-hmm.
That, we have some years here that they can barely harvest anything.
bye, Thorhaven. Bye, Jen.
Bye, guys. Thank you for everybody coming. We're going to be ending here shortly because, Uncle Jesse's going to start throwing dirt at me, saying that I kept him overtime. He's going to want me to pay him overtime.
Well, he said his relief was there, so.
His relief was there?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm still on here, baby girl. I know.
Oh.
All right, we're going to get off here, Scott.
I was going to say, your boss has just spoke, buddy.
Yeah.
She's got Pawpaw right around that little finger.
She does.
You know what? That's awesome, though. You get to spend time.
Absolutely, it is.
So.
Nobody's going to care what the house looked like or whatever else, but they'll remember playing with Pawpaw and doing this and doing that. And that's what it's all about.
That's it. All right, man. We'll catch you next week.
I said the same thing to Chelsea.
We're gonna be live on Sunday at 2:00 Central.
Yep.
For our shout outs. So,
and I believe Raquel's going to go just before you guys.
Yes.
At 1.
She's at 1:00 Central.
Yep.
She's sneaking around.
Okay. Y'all take care. God bless.
All right. God bless, guys. Take care.
Bye.
You gonna stay on for a second, Scott?
Yeah, I'll stay on for a bit.
Here, let me show. I just got to the house. I'm gonna walk out here and show you the baby calf.
Oh, let's see the baby.
Oy. Yeah. No, I'm working, but I'm not working too hard, I guess. I had to go pick up a bunch of feed, and you were like, "Jump on." I'm like, "Oh, I'm on the road, but let's do it."
Well, I figured that you were back home because you said earlier that you were out and about, and
I'm kind of everywhere, but it's fun. But yeah, we actually, when I say we have 100 chickens, we actually keep it under 100 chickens because in the state of Missouri, once you hit 100 chickens, you get taxed on it.
Oh.
So we actually keep all of our chickens below 100. We get taxed on our cows, though, even though we've only got 3. But
so now, what do you mean by taxed on your cows?
It's personal property. I have to claim livestock.
Really?
Yep. So if you have over 100 chickens, you got to claim your chickens. But if you got less than 100, I don't have to claim them at all. My cows, I have to claim.
That's crazy. All right, bye, Kendra.
Let's see. Can you flip these cameras around on here, or I got to turn the camera? I might have to turn the camera.
I'm not technically savvy. You know that.
Yeah, I'm on my cell phone, so we'll see what happens. Oh. Let's see. Let's go on the fence and not get shocked.
I was going to say, don't touch that.
Oh, let's see.
Especially that'll make you wet your shorts.
Oh, yeah, that won't go over very well. Let me know if you can see it, because I got to turn the camera.
Oh, my goodness. Look at that. What a little sweetie.
She's a cutie. I don't know. I'm kind of sold on her.
Are you going to keep her for breeding, or?
Yeah, we're keeping her for breeding. We all of our jerseys are A2, which is a type of protein that they have. so it's actually a little easier to process than A1 milk. So it's a little bit better for gut health and makes it a little bit easier to process. So we breed for A2 milk, and she is an A2 Jersey, and yep, we're gonna keep her. And the next one, she's not sexed. So our other cow is Honey. She's not sexed, and with her her semen wasn't sexed. So I don't know if we're gonna have a heifer, if we're gonna have a little bull calf. If it's a bull calf, we'll probably sell it. But if it's another heifer, we might keep it. We might end up with 4 cows, and then I'll really be drowning in milk.
Okay, so you do the in vitro then?
We do. We do artificial insemination. You can choose the sex of the baby with about a 95% chance of
wow,
of accuracy on what it is, which is kind of nice because it's the same price for the semen. So if I can get more money for the females, why not choose? So
yeah,
that's what we do. Yeah, but we've got, what do we have? We have about 90 and some change chickens, 8 turkeys, now 4 cows, because I got a Dexter cow out here too. 4 cows, and we do all this on 5 acres. It's all
holy
about
jumpins'.
It's all about rotating everything.
Well, and they say, like here, I wouldn't be allowed to do or have what you have on 5 acres. They consider a farm here 10 acres.
Mm-hmm.
That's even a hobby farm.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. We moved to a county in the state of Missouri that's actually quite lenient on their rules.
Okay.
It's kind of nice, but it's not great sometimes either because they don't have a building code either.
Oh.
So if that tells you how lenient they are.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Shelly put, I thought Scott was ending the live. Come on, Shelly.
I'm helping him procrastinate on a Friday.
Yeah, like this is Friday procrastination. Just Mike couldn't participate yesterday.
Yeah, and now today I jumped in at the very last minute.
Absolutely. So have you got any more word on your mom?
My mom. It was real bad the other day. She had a really bad day, and she's had a bad couple days. But she finally talked to them today, and last night she had a pretty good night. So I'm hoping that she's made a turn.
Awesome.
So we'll see what happens. She's still pending surgery, but she's not inundated anymore. She's not. I don't know.
Okay, well, hey,
it's a lot going on.
1 step forward is better than 2 steps back.
Yes, sir, it is.
You know, the good Lord does things in strange ways.
Yeah, actually, Chelsea told me last night that she's in a small women's group at the church, and they went to the church last night, and they did. She came back and she's like, "We did a lot of praying for Mom." I'm like, "That's awesome," and I've been doing a lot of praying. I've reached out to a lot of people for a lot of praying, and last night she got up and she walked around last night for the first time in a week. Don't know how she did it, but she did it. And I talked to my dad, and he was like, "Man, power of prayer is awesome."
Absolutely, it is. Look at Charlie. You know, Charlie Patford.
Yeah.
You know, 2 weeks ago, it didn't look like he was ever going to come home.
And he's back in the chats going full steam ahead.
Absolutely. He was in here yesterday laughing and joking in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it wasn't yesterday. It was Wednesday evening. And, laughing and joking in the chat. It's like he's almost back there. You know? Oh, there's Raquel. See, Raquel, we just waited until you were off work. That's all. Didn't want you to miss anything.
Yep.
But there's been a lot of special guests, so you're going to have to go back and watch the whole thing at work or at home.
But I am going to hop off here. I got a truckload of feed I got to unload. So,
yeah, really, I should too, because, I don't like tying up everybody's Friday afternoon that much, but
everybody enjoys it. Like I said yesterday, I truly appreciated you going on yesterday. I didn't participate much, but sitting here listening, getting my mind off everything that's going on, it's needed.
Absolutely, it is. And
Yeah.
that's, everybody's like, well, why don't you do evenings? Well, I'd have to fit into like a 1 hour thing. And you know yourself, you get Big Mike on here, you get Chris on here, you on here, we start chatting, we start going off in this direction, go off in that direction.
It'll be midnight before we get off of this.
Exactly. So you know what? It's just a lot of fun. People come and go. And in the afternoon, yes, I understand most people work. Some people are just got us on, and they're listening to us through their ear tubes, and
that's what I did yesterday, and it was wonderful.
And it's just enough that if they're going through something, it takes their mind off it for a couple hours. That's awesome,
and it's a blessing. And I feel bad because I think Chelsea's hiding up on the deck up there. Can you see her?
Oh, there she is.
But I think we put up one video this week. Is that all we put up? Yeah, she started homeschooling this week. We got all the curriculum and we pulled them out of school because of just everything that's going on. So she's homeschooling again this year. And then my mom and everything else going on. I feel bad because we haven't put out content. And we got no way to we don't have 500 subscribers yet, so we can't really put it on the community board to say, it's coming and we apologize, but life does happen.
Absolutely.
But,
I'm so blessed. I had 2 major shout outs this week and I shot up 40 subscribers. And, it's just a blessing.
Yeah.
And, it's just one of those weeks where and I can't really help on the farm. I can do a little bit for him. But if I wasn't there at all, he'd be by himself.
How do you like those Highlands?
Oh, I love the taste of Highland and the mix. Oh my God. The Highland, as you know, is the most lean cattle you can have.
Yeah.
Well, if you mix in the Angus.
Yeah.
And it just gives it enough of a marble that it doesn't, you still have the Highland taste, but it's got a little bit of fat for more flavor.
Yeah, I was talking to Lori and told her that we raised Dexters, and she was like, "I wanted Dexters, but I talked her out of it somehow." But I wasn't trying to. They're great. They're great cows, but they are very, very lean.
Yes,
very lean. And the reason I asked about Highlands was I had somebody offer us some free Highlands, and before we got our jerseys, we were going to do it. And I was reading that they're kind of a dual-purpose cattle. You can eat them and you can milk them. And Chelsea's like, "I don't feel like milking hairy teeth."
No, we don't. No, they don't milk. It's just strictly now. They're like the Dexter. They're a smaller cattle.
Yeah.
But if you saw my last video, you saw the red Angus bullet. He's a big boy. But you walk right up and slap him on the hind. He just doesn't care. Like, he's just friendly as whatever. But yeah, no, I would 100% get Highlands.
Sorry, she's asking me questions. I went out. I told you we got that acreage for hunting. We went out to the woods the other day, and I set up some tree stands and started digging in some more food plots. I was about halfway home, and it's about 45 minutes from my house.
Okay.
And my stomach started itching real bad, and I'm scratching. I'm like, "What's going on?" I lift up my shirt. I'm covered, and when I say covered, I mean, Scott, I am covered in seed ticks. Like, I'm watching them crawl on my stomach. So I'm like ripping my clothes off going down the road. I get home, I take my socks off. I wear knee-high socks because I wear boots all day long.
Yeah.
I've got, this is no exaggeration, I have hundreds of bites on my legs right now. And it's been a rough week.
Holy jeez, buddy.
I can't sleep. It's miserable.
Oh, there's an old doctor up here that he came up with a recipe. It's all hand mixed, even to today. This recipe is 100 years old, sold by the pharmacy, and it's for tick bites and poison ivy. And
what's
it just takes it right away.
Do you know what's in it?
I have no idea. I don't even know if I could. I should see if I could ship you some, because I don't even know if I could get it across the bottle because it's in a medicine bottle.
Yeah.
Like it's in a cough syrup kind of looking bottle, but yeah, if I was able to get across, I could easily get it to you, but they'd shoot me if I crossed right now.
I have burnt through some Benadryl anti-itch and cortisone, and Chelsea's really big on I'm gonna go sit in my rocking chair. Chelsea's really big on essential oils. She loves essential oils.
Yep.
And she tried it, and just nothing was stopping it. It was miserable. It's pretty bad.
Jeez. Yeah, that and just from walking around, there was that many ticks up there.
Yeah. And Wednesday was opening day for bow season here.
Okay.
And I was talking to her uncle, and he's like, "You coming down hunting this weekend?" I said, "No." It's going to be 90 plus. And last weekend, I got covered in those ticks. I'll wait for the first frost. I'm not trying to be a baby. I don't care. This is miserable.
Absolutely. You have enough going on right now, but
yeah.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine. That would
It was bad. I almost put a picture of it up on our Facebook, and I was like, nobody wants to see these pasty white legs. I wear jeans and boots all year round, so my legs have not seen sun in decades.
Yeah, well, that's it. But part of your job, right?
But yep, it was miserable.
Yes, Shelly, that's right.
The chat was going to tell me
what
a magic. I was hoping somebody in the chat was going to tell me a magic cream. I don't see one.
No. Oh, Jesse said try.
What? Where is it at?
Jesse said try eating habaneros and ghost peppers, Mike.
Oh yeah, see.
Yeah, have a whole big handful of those. You'll
I won't feel
totally
a thing
forget about
after
the
that.
itch.
Yeah, it's like when you hurt your finger, when your kid hurts their finger, just stomp on their foot. You know, well, what's wrong with your finger? Oh, nothing. My toe hurts now. Yeah,
exactly. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
So, but all right, I'm gonna hop off here. Let me go unload this. Scott, you have a blessed weekend, and
all right, you too, buddy.
I'll see y'all around.
All right, we're saying prayers for Mom.
I appreciate you, sir.
All right, bud. Take care. All right, guys. Well, before I can't go any longer because if I hit 3 hours and 20 minutes, Uncle Jesse's gonna disown me and throw me right out of the will. So, and I don't want that. So, anyways, everybody have a safe, wonderful weekend, and please be safe. God bless, and make sure we're saying prayers for the whole world right now, and make sure that you keep Joni in our prayers, please. And she needs it, and hopefully it's just something minor. But let's keep Tony and Joni in our prayers, and or especially Joni, and keep Mike's mom in our prayers, and hopefully everybody has a great weekend. We will see you in a chat somewhere over the weekend.